Kempire is brought to you by.
'Tis the season to be jolly, guys. Happy holidays for those that are listening to this new episode. But before you get into the episode, don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th for a special show. I know a lot will be happening that week, but hopefully we will be the ending to, the most wonderful ending to an interesting week. And don't forget, for Black History Month, the Kempire After Dark live experience will be returning as well for a third show at the Green Room 42 for the Kempire After Dark live experience on Friday, February 21st. Tickets are available for that as well. And special for this show only, there are live stream tickets available as well. More information on both shows will be available in the description notes.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
We all have busy lives, and I know especially around the holidays, cooking, cleaning, shopping, returning gifts makes it even busier. So why not make it a lot easier when it comes to preparing your meals in just 2 minutes? Our friends over at Factor Meals are back here again to sponsor today's live recap. And they have actually some good news, especially for those that have New Year's resolutions to lose weight. Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that makes eating, well, easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes so that you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Why not lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor Keto meals based on randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto? Results will vary depending on diet and exercise. And as always, we've gotten you a deal. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/Kempire50 off and use code Kempire50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code Kempire50 off at factormeals.com/Kempire50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. More information on Factor Meals and your discount will be available in the description. Now let's get back to the show. What's going on, everyone? Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
It is a special Sunday live with some of our faves. The Brooke, Ashley, and Taria Faison are here. Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Hello.
We're happy to be in this back together.
Yes, most definitely. This is a special, and as I've been calling it, the ultimate Real Housewives takeover. As you know, we have a plethora of Real Housewives on, but it's been the holidays. However, all of us have not spoken about it with you guys. So we thought we would get the band back together, as Taria just said, to talk about some of the things that have been playing out. I know a lot of you are like, how are we talking about Housewives? There were no new episodes. Yeah, but there have been how many episodes since the last time that we talked about it? It's a lot. But before we get to that, guys, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share this video and be sure to follow our guests, the Brooke, Ashley, and Taria Faison. All their information will be available in the description. So before we get into Housewives, let's just first get caught up. The Brooke, Ashley, we'll start with you. What have you been up to?
I feel like I'm finally catching my breath because it's been so busy. Mm-hmm. So I am taking this holiday time to just go out. I mean, I've been doing that anyway, but just...
The doll has been dating.
Dating the doll. We talked about that.
Do y'all see how they are always trying to get in my business?
I will send Brooke a text and she'll glaze right over a certain part and be like, yeah, girl, so
that's the Taurus in her.
I'll be in his business too, Brooke.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, we're going to be in your business in 2025.
I mean, I honestly have no business to tell at this particular point. It's been all work and no play for me, particularly.
Okay. We're going to change that. We're going to change that, friend.
Yes.
Taria, what have you been up to? You're a happily married woman with children, so we can't get into too much into your business.
Well, I first want to say we're doing Dating the Doll and Kicking It with Kemp, so we will be working on those in 2025. Like Phaedra said, 2012, that will be 2025 objective. Okay.
Oh.
I'm the executive producer. Also, I'm doing well. Kids home. Got to get adjusted to my son being back home because me and Corey were empty nesters. Doors were open. Now we got to close doors when we do grown folks things. So we got to get used to him being back home. But he also likes to go in and out. So it's kind of, he was home for a week and now he's in Vegas with his friends.
Oh.
So, yeah. So he's decompressing. I said, now we're down to 11 months to decompress before it's all yours again. So, but we're doing good. Like Brooke said, taking downtime. The older I get, I've always loved being around family, but being able to have my parents come up, they got to see that we got a house. They get to see us progressing in life, and just literally just sitting around laughing, joking, and talking means so much. So like, I'll get to see them again tomorrow because they're flying out of town, but they'll come here. I'll take them to the airport. So they spent the night, Christmas Eve. So just being able to appreciate my parents.
Yeah, that's sweet. I can't relate. Oops.
I invited Kempire for Christmas, y'all. I was even gonna get him some pajamas. I said, you could have had your little Maryland boo. You don't know who I know. You don't know now.
I'm sure I could have had a Maryland boo. You came to the DC show.
Yeah, you could. Yes, he could have. Could have had a couple.
I'm not trying to go on nobody's train or bus to go see you every other weekend. Sorry.
They can fly you out.
Yes, they can. Yes.
They can fly you out.
If you fly me out, if I have to go to the airport and use my good TSA pre-check and clear, I better be going somewhere more than Maryland. No offense, Maryland.
I feel like we call it stray. Like,
I'm just saying, if you fly me out, fly me somewhere nice. Well, no, sorry. Damn.
He didn't hit us again, y'all. Between that and you, what's the sign that always gets strays? Is it Virgos or is it? Right, yeah.
Sorry, Virgos. It's okay. It's all right. Everyone calm down, DMV. I'll be there on January 24th. Get your tickets, okay? All right. So, look, I've been up to nothing but work and relaxing. As you guys know, I was in LA, then I was in London. So I'm back. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to see anyone. I just wanted to chill and really enjoy the Christmas that is New York City, which in comparison to London was... It's okay here in New York when it comes to Christmas. You know what I mean? It's okay. But
something like.
Yeah, it could be worse. There are places where you don't really get to see what we get to see. So that's why a lot of people come here to New York for the New York City stuff. I went to Bryant Park's, their Winter Wonderland, which was on fire the other day.
What?
Yeah, weird. I don't know what's going on in New York. But I was walking around. I was like, it's not as enjoyable when there's so many people.
Yeah.
And they're not New Yorkers, they're, tourists, and we appreciate the tourism. But I was just like, okay, this is not enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's not very Christmassy. I even went to the Union Square one a couple of weeks ago. Even worse. You could barely move. You're like moving like cattle trying to look. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Oh, let me keep it moving because the people pushing me to move.
Sounding like Kiana talking about London. You enjoy Europe City?
Europe City? Europe City? So, we're going to get to Kiana. I can't, look, K. This is why they call her K. But let's start with since we're talking about undesirable things, let's talk about Real Housewives of New York. Okay.
If I didn't love you, I would never forgive you for not getting my minutes that I spent watching that show back. As I was watching, I started getting an attitude.
Oh.
And I said, this is why I don't watch. I had started out strong, but when I tell you they're so irritating, and I thought Brenn was the worst, but Aaron is right up there with her. Can we just jump right into it? I would never, ever, ever show somebody a picture of my spouse's privates, because if he was showing my privates to his friends, we would have a major problem. And then to try to flip it on Uba and Sai as if they're crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, what, like, y'all are 40-plus-year-old women. Y'all are not high school girls.
I think they're in their 30s.
They are? Oh, I'll take it back. Even then, you should still know better. Like, I wasn't even doing that in college.
Jenna's in her 50s, but yeah, for the Jenna and Raquel, I believe, are older, but everyone else is like in their 30s.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that then, like, what am I watching here? You're really showing your husband's penis and then trying to flip it on these ladies. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah. Brooke, How are you feeling about Real Housewives of New York, your favorite city?
So I gave up on New York 4 episodes in. I just stopped recapping. This season has been painful. I did for today. I did go back and I watched the last 2 episodes where they're in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
The fun episodes.
I have to say, Uba is really annoying.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm not trying to be funny, but there's something going on. Uba wants so much attention. With the whole room situation, when they got there, she said, oh yeah, I don't care which room I'm in. And then all of a sudden she got there and she's like, oh, I have too much money for this. I don't stay here. I don't do this. I'm getting a hotel. And it was so fake. It was so forced, because if you're really about that life, I know me. I'm on with American Express concierge and I'm booking the Ritz-Carlton right then and there. I'm not doing all this.
Ritz-Carlton.
I'm not doing all this 45 minutes wailing around the house complaining. If you're really about that life, book the hotel, get back in the Sprinter van and shut up about it. But he had the biggest deal. I was so irritated. And I just feel like Uba is very thin-skinned, because if you notice, when Bravo on their Instagram page posts a clip of New York and people are on there saying, oh, I don't like Uba, she's annoying. Uba is under everybody's comments, searching her name, commenting back at people. I'm like, Uba, either get off the show or develop a thick skin and just ignore it. But
she's a Virgo, though.
I don't know. And Uba's storyline is not that strong for all these antics. We don't know anything about her boyfriend. Uba's kind of boring.
Kinda?
Great gowns, beautiful gowns, in the words of the late, great Aretha Franklin. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to agree with you. I was really rooting for my girl Uba.
Me too.
When Raquel said, girl, I've seen your apartment, after she was complaining about the rooms, I said, Raquel, damn.
That's who I am liking. And actually, Rebecca Minkoff was giving me a little something when she was going back and forth with Brenn. Yeah. And Brenn was like, well, I don't want to be coming for bullying you. And she was just kind of like, okay, then don't. She wasn't like, it's okay. She didn't let her get away with, how they all coddle Brenn.
Yeah.
Why were they all kissing each other in the mouth? Jenna, what's
in front of the mother in front of Raquel's mother, who already has a little bit of a problem with Raquel being a lesbian.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not here for the, homophobia from the mom. Same. However, I'm also not going to be throwing it in front of her face.
Right. And especially y'all are not couples. You know what I mean? It's like if y'all were same-sex couples and kissing, that's that's cool. But y'all are just, I was with Sai. Girl, don't come over here.
Let's talk about Brenn, because we're not going to spend too much time, guys, just joining us. I'm here with the Brooke Ashley and Taria Faison. More information on them will be available in the description. This is the ultimate Real Housewives takeover, but we have to talk about Real Housewives in New York because it's there. Look, it's there, and it used to be one of my favorites. Yeah. But we have to talk about Brenn. Brooke, how are you feeling about Brenn?
I think Brenn, I don't know if she's going through some weird crisis. There's something going on, because just from the beginning, I thought it was a bit alarming when Erin was telling her earlier on, oh, my mom has breast cancer. And you would think if a friend is sharing that with you, they're going to comfort you, give you a hug, tell you that it's okay. And I thought that Brenn's whole demeanor was just odd. If that's your friend, wouldn't you want to show some compassion or care? The constant jabs about Rebecca Minkoff and Nordstrom Rack. At the end of the day, this woman made $100 million. What do you have? Then that weird comment saying that she has Russian billionaires on speed dial. I love how I think Sai clocked it. She said, girl, if that were the case, stop. No, you don't. Yeah. The whole trying to make the whole Jeff Lewis podcast thing a thing.
Yeah.
Jeff Lewis did not say anything. Erin didn't say anything bad. She just said, oh, I've always known that Brenn worked. I don't think that she does have a sugar daddy. So for Brenn to be upset about that, it's nonsensical. Mm-hmm. And I think that Brenn is experiencing that second season ego where he has that notoriety, and now all of a sudden she's feeling herself. And now she's trying to put on a show for us, but it's not landing.
No, not at all. Taria, how are you feeling about Brenn this season?
last season, people made Brenn the young Sonia Morgan. Oh, she's Sonia and she's sexy and she's funny and she's none of those things to me. She is a bully baby. Like she puts it, she tries to bully and pick and poke. And then when you come back, like somebody like Rebecca come back, now all of a sudden it's an attack. When she had an issue with Sai and Uba and they paid her dust, now all of a sudden I just want to go home because no one's paying attention to me. In this last episode, when I tell you I wanted to scream from, the episode before last and this last one, when she tried to make the whole, when you have kids, you'll understand thing, a dig on her. I was like, a part of me is like, is this for the show or are you really like this? Because either way, I don't like you.
No,
you know, like, because if you're doing it for the show, you're not reading the room. You're not reading. And even her tagline, what is it? Something about being mother. It's like, girl, like you are just, and I can't stand the way the cast, the Jenna and except for, I don't know, Jenna wants her and Rebecca to kind of get into it. When she said, you didn't really go back and forth with her. I was like, oh, because normally they baby Brenn.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it. Between her, that hair, girl, get a heat protectant and a real story and keep it moving.
Wow. Oh, okay.
My God. My God.
Okay.
Well, I'm loving Brenn this season. I think she's fantastic. I think she's bringing.
You're not telling the truth.
I think she's bringing it. I'm loving her storyline. I love how she's keeping the women engaged. I think she's fantastic. And I'm looking forward to seeing this whole pregnancy storyline for next season. I can't believe that you guys don't enjoy her.
Mm-hmm. I'm on my way to New York.
OMG. Well, you both said everything that I needed to say about Brenn. I think what we're about to see with Brenn in the upcoming episodes is very dangerous territory from the word on the street, from what I've heard. And it's just because of no one checked her. And when I say no one, I'm not talking about the cast. I'm talking about the network and production. Did not check her pre-producing and all the lying that she was doing throughout the season. She just kept on lying and we saw it. And then she was caught out there lying. And I think what we're about to see is such dangerous territory. And after it, all of them need to go. RHONY needs to be on a hiatus. I know a lot of people are saying just cancel it. I don't think they need to. There are plenty of amazing women in New York City that they could have highlighted. I don't know who cast this cast, but get whoever casted Real Housewives of Salt Lake City over here. It's the same production.
Yes.
So I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there.
What are they saying that was like, what does she say in the upcoming episodes? Like what's so...
The beef between Uba and Brenn. Mm-hmm. Uba basically says that Brenn got her job on the show for sleeping with somebody at the network or in production, and that's how she got her job. So she gets, she does what she did at the top of the season with Aaron. She's very upset about that. But I can't get into the details of but she then talks about her SA situation and allegedly claims that Uba knew about that and Uba was being insensitive to that. So I'm paraphrasing. So we're going to have to watch it play out.
Is it true? Because Jessel said in an interview, a month or so back, that the season was cut short because of the altercation. And somebody was sent home on a plane and so of course we're guessing it's Uba and Brenn, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and that's why they have the seats next to Andy at the reunion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if they think this is going to make people want to get engaged and watch Real Housewives of New York. No, they're going to be reminded of the toxicity of some of the other cities that they don't want to watch anymore.
Yes. Yeah. Because that's not something to play with. Like that's like, we need to stay away. Sharing your story about something that happened in your life and how you grew from it, and hopefully a viewer watching may get some inspiration from that, is one thing. No. But weaponizing and just using it for a particular storyline is really gross.
No. It would be interesting because, again, we haven't seen how this was edited and how it's going to be shared. But that's what I've heard from sources, that's what causes the issue between the two of them during this trip and why it's cut short, allegedly.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Brooke, you just look like I give up.
No, I give up. It's just too much. It's too much after a certain point. I already stopped reviewing it. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. Before we move on because we have a lot to talk about, if RHONY does come back, how would you want to see it come back? I'll start with you, Brooke. If it were to come back, what would you need for it to happen? Would it be a cast change? What would you want?
Cast change.
Oh, okay.
Cast change. Like swap everybody out. I don't think that anybody here. Maybe keep Sai and build the show around her. And I'm being, I always try to be fair. I was hard on Sai, didn't like her last season, but this season, from what I've seen, she's trying to do better. Storyline's okay, but I feel like, keep Sai, swap everybody else out. Nobody else is bringing anything.
Wow.
Maybe have Jenna Lyons come in as a friend of, and then start from there. But I don't like Jessel. I don't like Brenn. I'm not loving this cast. And with what you're saying, what's going to happen later on, swap the cast out.
Wow. Okay, Taria?
I'm with you. I have, even though Sai kind of made me clench a lot last season, I've always liked her. There's something about her, maybe because she's an Aries, I don't know. But I've always felt
Aries.
Isn't she? Or she's Sagittarius?
She's Sagittarius.
They're one and the same.
I know the fire side. Yeah. An Aries.
That's right. But there's something about her that I felt like I saw something more, like you said. So I would like to see that. I also would like them to keep Raquel because I feel like there's bones there. She just needs the right cast around her. But in saying all that, get people with real tentacles to each other, real connections. Stop bringing either you're going to have to redo the show and stop making it about a group of friends, or is it a group of women living in New York City trying to build relationships, and we're watching that. But if it's about a group of friends, housewives or ex-wives or what have you, they need to have some kind of connection. I don't want to see coworkers trying to figure their jobs out.
Agreed.
Because they literally are not friends. Now some of them have developed friendships, but they literally, none of them knew each other. Yeah. And whoever casted the show clearly had an obsession, like I did with Sex and the City, and wanted to kind of remake that in a reality show. And it's just not meshing well. Yeah. Casting really is a science and an art, and not everyone can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whoever got this one, sorry.
Brooke, they failed.
Look bad.
Failed.
Okay. There's nothing more that I want to do. Is there anything else I'd left to say about this cast? I will say this: go to Bravo's Instagram account, and anytime they post them, see how much they are dragged. No matter what Andy Cohen wants to say about, it's going really great and it's a great season. We love New York. Not the comment section. The fans are not feeling it at all. But he also says that he's not planning to bring back the OGs because he's like, none of them live in New York anymore. They all live in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of the OGs, and this wasn't on my docket to talk about, but Black Dolores from Housewives of New Jersey came out and said that she's a little upset that, people couldn't put their differences aside so that they could return this season. They should be. Oh, damn, Brooke, tell me how you feel about Black Dolores and what she had to say.
I'm just like, okay, Dolores, you prided yourself on being Miss Switzerland.
Come on.
If you really wanted to see a difference, you would have said something to Teresa and said, Teresa, put this mess to the side. All of our jobs are on the line. Just make up with Melissa and your brother, and let's move this along. But Dolores claims that she's so tough from Paterson, New Jersey, but yet she's silent, quiet as a church mouse, and doesn't speak up. So I don't really want to hear it, Dolores. Dolores, you had the opportunity to settle this whole thing between everybody, and you chose not to. And this is what happens. You guys are all losing out on $700,000 checks and $1 million checks on Teresa's end. So I don't have any sympathy. It is what it is.
I'm with you. I have never been, outside of looking at her beauty, never been a fan of, hey, Dan, never been a fan of Black Dolores. And she's always been to Switzerland, and she never takes a side. You and Margaret are real friends in real life. That ain't never show up on the show. People had to really look at things behind. They would have to know behind the scenes, or your posts and the way you guys talk about each other on podcasts and things to know. I should know that y'all are friends in real life. I should know that. I truly have never really saw Dolores's value, but I didn't want her to leave either, because I feel like sometimes we need a Dolores in a way, because too much makes me go, okay, this is enough. It's too many alike personalities, but she never stands up when she should, except for when she called Danielle trash. Or what she call her? Trash, or I forget what scum. But other than that, I've never really seen her value in the show. She's another beautiful face in Jersey for me. That's it.
Yeah, look, I've only heard glowing things about Dolores behind the scenes. She's probably a lovely woman.
I met her. She was nice. They're all going to be nice when you, no. Not all. Yeah, I take that back.
Anybody want to tell a story?
I have a few stories.
Yes.
These folks.
Oh, can you tell us one, maybe?
Yes.
Well, no, you guys were there at last year's BravoCon.
Oh, I'm from Potomac.
Yes, y'all know the story already.
Yes.
I thought there was someone else. Okay, fine.
Okay, that means Kempire knows someone else. Then if he thought it was someone else.
No.
You know who is absolutely lovely? Sai.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
You told that story before when you met at BravoCon when I met.
Yep. I was sitting with you and I was like, I'll be right back. I went over there and the people were like, yeah, nobody's really been over there with her. So I went over. She was very, very nice. She still ain't answered my email about me interviewing her, but that's cool. Your show might not even be on next year.
Listen, wait. Good folks are asking me to tell me the story. You know,
tell the story.
Dorinda. Okay. Yes. Come on, Connor. Yes. You remember the story. Dorinda.
Oh, I don't think we know this story.
No,
Dorinda was rude.
I've heard behind the scenes about her.
Refresh our memories.
As hell.
Can you refresh our memories?
So you know how it was the Jersey husbands. It was Joe Gorga, Rachel Fuda, and her husband, and Frank with the photo ops. So as they're taking pictures, I go up to them. They were so sweet, honey. They were loving all of this, okay?
Yes.
And anyhow, mind you, the security guards come over and Dorinda's there. Dorinda walks over and she crashes their photo op because nobody was checking for her.
I know.
She crashes their photo op. So I'm like, hi, Dorinda, how are you? Does not say hello. So I'm like, okay, maybe she just didn't hear me, even though I'm standing right there. So I'm like, hi again, Dorinda, how are you? So nice to meet you. Love New York, whatever. Child, she paid me dust. Did not in the pictures that I posted up with Dorinda, she did not smile. She's looking all stone faced. Then she saw my mom. Y'all know my mom looks amazing.
Yeah.
She saw my mom, did not say a word. She just looked her up and down. And my mom was like, wait, what? It was a mess.
Can you repost the photo?
Yeah, right.
I can repost the picture
tag
for y'all.
Tag
I'm like, yes, she did not. I was like, okay, girl, like whatever. It was just so weird. Y'all know that I had met Giselle and Robin at the other BravoCon in 2022 when season 7 was out, when Candace was on with the whole mess about Chris Bassett.
Yes.
They were nice, even though I would get on them. Y'all know me. I would get on Potomac. We talk about it. We bring up that certain topic that folks don't like. But
what
they
colorism?
were cool.
Are we not talking about the isms like Giselle said?
Oh,
right.
We haven't been talking about it as much. But,
we're about to talk about it today.
yes. But we talked about it in this last episode. But I had met them 2022. They were sweet, really nice. Fast forward to this last year, 2023. Baby, they saw me, walked right on away. I said, well,
damn. Damn, Brooke, you got them shook. Oh, wait,
right.
You got a t-shirt. Wow. Okay. We've parted. Okay. So we were talking about Real Housewives New Jersey. Are you guys excited to see Real Housewives New Jersey come back with the same cast or different cast?
If they come back with the same cast, I would actually be fine because this is the first year since, other than in the beginning when Melissa first came on, that we got to see the truth. Y'all don't like each other. I was actually enjoying like the beginning of the season more because there was no faking the funk. And it was almost like real life. We're all out in a friend group together. I don't like her. So every time she say something, I'm like, and that's kind of like the Melissa Teresa thing. I don't know how much. I do think there has to be some conversation though, because I didn't like the cast divide and what's her name? Dolores being the go-between.
Yeah.
So I feel like there could still be cohesiveness, even in the fact that y'all ain't really checking for each other. Like, grow up. This is a show. Like
they both were on Watch What Happens Live, Teresa and Melissa Gorga.
Yes.
Melissa, I didn't get my sprinkle cookies yet. She's not sending them. I paid for them. Where's my sprinkle cookies? I mean, it's damn past Christmas.
Right.
I'll be sprinkle cookies for Christmas. Where's my sprinkle cookies? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But they were both on Watch What Happens Live, and you could tell that they still do not see it for each other, which is fine. But it seems as if it's so bad that you can't even film together.
Yeah. And that to me is like when you say, okay, we need to grow up and let's use our brain. Oh, well, who am I talking about? Oh, gosh. I was going to say, let's use our brains and figure out how to make this work. But, it's not happening. If y'all had to pick one cast member, that if Bravo said, listen, we want your input, what cast member would you want to see them create the show around?
Oh, Brooke.
Or I'll even give you two. Or would you rather see them create a show around one or two of them or a complete and total reboot?
I would go for a complete and total reboot.
Wow.
Same.
Yeah. I just feel like even if you choose Teresa, the toxicity of the fans around her, and the same with Melissa. So I'm just sort of like either one. That's why when they said, oh, they're going to build a show around Teresa, I was like, no, you're still going to have the same toxic fan base. Literally, I was watching House of Villains, and that when New York went for Teresa and was talking about Louis cheating. Yeah. We all know that New York is not serious. New York is she's a caricature.
Yeah.
But I saw the toxicity in the comment section of E! Network's comment section. They're like, oh my God, Teresa. And I was like, this is exactly why New Jersey needs to be on pause.
Yeah.
I don't miss that. And honestly, it's the fans, but I also get the fans follow their leaders, and separation is what we're seeing. So I would go for a reboot. Brooke, anything else that you want to say about Real Housewives of New Jersey? What do you want to see? What you've been watching? Do you miss Dolores?
I want a reboot just like you. And I have this funny feeling, though, that everybody might be able to make up and get along because of Miss Checks. A Miss Paycheck, a Miss Teresa, they said was making 1.5 to 2 million a season.
Yep.
That's her bread and butter. That's her main lifeline. Lord knows what Louis doing. He's over there with these fake jobs and fake businesses and all these scams, allegedly. Okay. She's on TikTok selling fake purses. You see that?
Yes, I saw that.
Are those real?
She's selling those purses on TikTok. Okay. So,
but I do find it funny, Brooke, that you bring that up. I do find it funny, the fact that they're off this season. We already know Teresa needs to work. She doesn't really pretend. We know what she's gone through, but it's interesting to see everyone else that pretends to have these lifestyles once you're on hiatus and you've been put on pause, where everybody's doing all that. Now they're going housewives at sea. Yes. I'm like, wow. Damn, it's bad out here.
Right. Margaret's doing trips to Morocco.
Yeah, listen.
You see that? She's doing trips to Morocco. You can vacation with her for 8 days. Rachel Fuda and the Fudas and the Gorgas have done a business together. They bought a studio where you can rent out studio space for content creators, makeup artists. So they're doing that. Let's see how that works, because we know how Joe Gorga is with business.
I was going to say, let's see how long that friendship works. Catch that on film.
Y'all not going to talk about my man, Joe Gorga. Okay.
Well, listen, I will say Melissa used to be my woman for aesthetics alone.
I mean, she's beautiful. Did you see her on Watch What Happens Live?
Yes, I did.
My gay self was like, look at her.
Listen, and my straight self was like, huh?
Yes.
Go back to their first season. Their glow up has been amazing.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I'll end on this. Do you think that Melissa cheated on Joe Gorga?
No.
Oh. So what does your Aries say to you?
My Aries says yes, but my spirit wants to. My Aries and my spirit say yes, but my belief in my beautiful swan, I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm going to stick beside her. I'm going to stick beside her, but my spirit and my Aries say yes.
Oh, see, your Aries says that. The guy that she allegedly, kissed in the back of that car, he randomly showed up on my TikTok as I was swiping through, and I was like, isn't that? I was like, no, that's that guy. He got a nice little swag. I said, I don't blame you, Miss Melissa. I don't blame you. He's the one that ends up in those Tyler Perry movies. He got a little bit of a swag.
That's him?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He's
what?
He black?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say it. Now that I didn't see.
Swag, though.
Okay.
Wait, who is the guy? Wait, text me after this.
Name.
Yes, please. Me too.
You chat remember his name.
I want to see because I need to see this, Brooke. Now wait a minute.
He got a little sweat, and they would make a cute couple. I'm just saying, but he's married. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. Guys, you're just joining us. This is a special Real Housewives Ultimate Takeover with our special guest, the Brooke Ashley and Taria Faison from the What Else Is Going On podcast. All their information will be available in the description. Did anyone give us his name? I can't remember his name. See, Glenn was like, that guy is fine.
Oh,
okay, Glenn. We got to see him, bro.
We have to see. Is it the guy in Sister?
I think so. I don't remember now, but I know he's been involved in like Tyler Perry.
His name is Nick. He was on the Rolling Ray episode of Divorce Court. Wait, what? What? He was one of the bailiffs on Divorce Court. Are you serious?
No.
Y'all, send me the links, please.
He's an actor. Okay. Y'all gonna make me look this up, aren't y'all?
Oh, he's Italian and fine. Oh, yes. Oh,
but if you see any of his videos, yes, he's in Oval. Thank you, Miss Beverly. He's on the Oval, which is Tyler Perry.
Oval.
Okay.
But I say that to say I wouldn't blame her.
Yeah.
Where did they I'm just like, wait, they were just in a car together? Like, you know what? Let's just
look, I'm still waiting on my sprinkle cookies. I don't need her to spit in my sprinkle cookies.
I'm gonna say this. Sometimes when they get famous and she got to glow up, attention comes. And I feel like you've been with this person. He may not be showing you as much attention as before. And you're feeling yourself and you're feeling like a star. And I do feel like Nick Barada. All right, we're gonna look him up.
Thank you, guys.
I definitely feel like that's
I'm gonna bring the photo up.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Go ahead.
No, I feel like that's why I feel like it's very possible that it happened. You know, getting a little bit of attention. You know, feeling yourself. Your man Joe is feeling his own attention. So you know, we remember that story about Joe supposedly when they was allegedly in Atlantic City at it's the pool at Caesars. I forget because I've been one of those. And they said that he was in the bathroom getting a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
From who?
From another woman there. That's what they said.
Oh, well.
Allegedly. People had details and things. I was like,
They had, not both of y'all taking a sip at the same time. Wait, I want to pull up this phone and then we're going to move on from Real Housewives of New Jersey just because we can't do the ultimate takeover and not talk about New Jersey. Okay. Especially because Dolores was in the news this week talking about, girl, they don't even want to see you back, Dolores, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
So even if they did decide to bring people back, I know a lot of people say, let's build a show around Dolores. No one wants that.
Not at all.
Here we go. Nick Barada.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's so cute.
I can see
and he's
it.
got a swag to him.
You can tell a little. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Melissa. Don't spit in my sprinkle cookies, please.
Okay, Barada.
Okay. Teresa says Nick Barada is a hottie. I knew our live chat would figure it out. I couldn't remember his name. OMG. All right, let's move on because this is a mess. And I feel like if the more we talk about it, the more phlegm she's going to put in my sprinkle cookies.
If you get them.
I'm saving some of the best things for last. So I want to move on to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I want to hear your thoughts on how the season is so far. I know we're still early in the season. Brooke, how are you feeling about the season? Who is standing out to you? How are you feeling about this new era of Dorit Kemsley?
Ooh, okay, so I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. So Beverly Hills, one of my favorites, but right now it's starting off just a little bit too slow for me. I need it to pick up a bit more. I'm no longer interested in Dorit versus Kyle.
Yeah.
Let's move on from that.
And we haven't.
So in my recaps, I've been fighting for my life in my own comment section.
Oh. Why?
Oh, my subscribers are tearing me up. over my opinions on Garcelle.
Oh,
My whole thing is Garcelle has every right to feel a way towards Dorit. I'm not negating her feelings at all.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is, if somebody is paying you dust like you ask them to, you ask Dorit to leave you alone. Dorit has barely said 2 words to you. You look a little bit crazy to keep going after somebody who is no longer going after you, because it takes 2 to argue. Mm-hmm. And like that old saying is, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Mm-hmm. When you're over somebody, you don't care about them. If I were Garcelle, I would not give Dorit that satisfaction. I would simply ignore her. Mm-hmm. The whole thing about, Dorit and Bose are having a conversation at the table. Why aren't we included? Why would Dorit include the whole group when she's on the outs with Kyle and you and her are not friends? Her and Sutton are also shaky. So why would she reveal personal business? And also at a table, you guys have multiple conversations. It wasn't like it was a group conversation. Kyle and Erica were talking and joking around. So that's my whole entire point. For some reason, I have some subscribers calling me, well, you know how I always say, no, keep it respectful now. We can disagree, but don't call me out my name. A few subscribers it got crazy. A few subscribers called me out my name. Yeah, sure did. And I had to let them know that that's not happening in this lifetime or the next.
Come on.
But yeah, I've been getting some pushback for my opinions on Garcelle going after Dorit when Dorit's not paying her any mind.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Taria, how are you feeling about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season and what Brooke just brought up in regards to Garcelle and Dorit?
I am definitely, I'm enjoying it. Kyle and Dorit are getting on my nerves because Kyle is not going to own anything. The only time she owned something was when Sutton spoke up and said, I've experienced you this way as well. Then she had no choice but to speak up. As far as Dorit, I believe 2 things can be true. People are saying Dorit is only acting that way because she needs a check. I think what Crystal Minkoff said that when she came on the show, she was told it was Kyle's show. I believe they all feel like it was Kyle's show. Oh, yeah. So after Dorit her first season and then her second, she kind of fell back and just became, I won't say Kyle's minion, but just like the mute BFF. This is my best friend. And I think now she's fighting for her life. And in the midst of fighting for her life, she's like, I'm going to be real and speak everything that that I've been feeling, and I'm going to get paid to do it. So I'm going to do it. The Garcelle thing, I love Garcelle, and I'm always going to support, as Serena from Love Island said, I support women in their wrongs and in their rights. However, I felt the same way as Brooke. Now, I will say this from a standpoint of we're all sitting at a table arguing. Different people are going to chime in. Sutton does it. They all do it. So Garcelle has that right. However, it does feel like Kyle has latched on to Garcelle's beef with Dorit and is using that to her advantage. And I don't want Garcelle to let Kyle do that to her. I always go back to that first episode, I believe it was, when they were at Sutton's, I was going to say Illuminati party, but what was that? Illuminati party, or whatever that was. And so
yeah.
Realism, yeah. I knew it was something. And she grabbed Garcelle's hand and said, I feel safe with you. Since when have you felt safe with Garcelle Bouvet? Y'all just getting on speaking terms. She says that, and now Kyle has her in all of her beefs with Dorit. they all had their clothes on this one. But,
at least because it was a little naughty.
So I'm saying, Garcelle, if you have something legitimate to say, because yes, that is a Housewives thing. If I'm going to chime in, even if it's not towards me, then say it. But it feels kind of like, I don't know. Garcelle, is this truly? I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I really... Now, Sutton, and I'm going to tell y'all, I'm standing in it. I was trying to since Sutton's first season. I have never seen it for her. I ain't gonna never see it for her. I'm gonna be fair. When she's doing her thing, she's doing it. But I have never seen it for that woman when she sat in Crystal's face crying after she started it. So I have never seen it for her. I'm sick of her when she was trying to go back and forth with Dorit. And then I love when Bose jumped in and said, you can't weaponize it. I wanted Camille to shut up simply because I wanted to see how that played out. Like, how much further were you going to go with Bose? So I'm just I have never seen it for legs. Ain't never going to see it for little legs, but I will give her props when she does something because she has kept the mess going. The only thing is the mess is based on a lie. Dorit did not say her and Teddy we're not friends. She never said that. So it's like we got this whole mess outside of that. I don't care about Kyle and Mauricio. Don't care to see it. He is living his best life. He's not going back and forth with y'all hoes. He don't care no more, Kyle. He don't want you buying him sheets. He don't want you washing his clothes. He don't want to come in your back door like you asked him to. He don't want to see none of that. Please, I don't want to see that. I want to see Bose and her fabulousness, and I want to see her shut some of these women down. And I love the way that Bose and Garcelle interact sometimes. Just the way they look at each other brings my Black girl heart joy. Yeah, that's why I'm on the seat. And I'm okay with Erica. I didn't see it for Erica either, ever really all these years, but I've learned to enjoy her in certain moments, and I'm enjoying her in certain moments. I love that she's not backing down when Kyle speaks about Dorit. If Erica has her own opinion about it, she says it. She's not backpedaling. So I appreciate that. And Jennifer Tilly's cute. She cute.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Jennifer Tilly, probably more so on the after show than on
Me
the
too.
episodes. We don't really see a lot of her on the episodes, but I'm going to defend Garcelle against you too.
I like her, but I just feel like it's...
I like Garcelle. That's my thing. I like Garcelle.
Okay.
Now, lady.
We can't peep-pop now, right? Backpedaling peep-pop now.
No, hear me out. I completely get what you're saying because it does feel as if Garcelle is bringing up stuff unnecessarily, and we know that she doesn't see it for Dorit, and Dorit doesn't see it for her. And I honestly feel like it could be a great frenemy where we see them have a good time, and then we don't go back and forth, but we don't get that. However, what I see from the Bravo universe that has a hint of racism in
Yes, I'm with you on this. I'm with you.
This is why I'm going to always have her back because
it's getting weird.
A lot of you've been waiting to come after Garcelle.
You're right.
Not the Black folks, okay?
No,
Black folks, calm down. But the Bravo universe, there isn't a huge space for all of us in the Bravo universe, from content creators to the fandom.
Yeah.
So people have been in Garcelle's comment section way before this season with their microaggressions. We remember what happened to her son. Part of the reason why her son doesn't want to be on the show. Yep. So this is why I'm still going to ride with Garcelle, because some of y'all just were like, yeah, let me be able to whack her now because of how you've always felt about her. And that's something that you need to deal with, you and God.
I agree with that. It's been getting weird. I've said that in a recap before. Like, we can talk about these people and what we see, but the hint or like the it seems like it's wrapped in racism, and it's getting a little. It's like, talk about let's stick to what you see on the show, and like you said, Kempire, it's stuff that you've been wanting to see about her, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say, and some of these are major content creator accounts, and I'm looking at you crazy, like.
Name them.
Oh, okay.
Name them. Well, here's the thing too. Again, two things can be true. I don't appreciate Garcelle coming for Dorit the way that she has been. But what I also don't appreciate is that production in the network wants us to believe that Dorit is the hero of the season. I'm already bored with her and single PK. I'm already bored with her beef with Kyle. And I think the only reason why people are loving Dorit this season is because she's doing what we've all wanted to say to Kyle, is that you are terrible and we don't want to see you anymore on this show.
Period.
Okay, well, let's talk about Kyle and her storyline this season. Brooke, I sensed that you had a lot to say about it. It was like your eyes were telling me, like, oh, let's say something.
Okay, so Kyle in this storyline, trying to figure it out. I had asked my subscribers in the first episode, and they let me know, because I want to be respectful, right? And I said, when she said the part about she sat down with her daughters. Mm-hmm. Was that a soft launch of her coming out?
Yeah, I was confused by that.
Yes.
Even my gay self was confused by that. I was like, is she coming out? Is she not? Yes. Now she's hiding Morgan in all of her pictures and things like that. Morgan's in the back of the truck peeking through. I'm like,
yeah,
we don't care. You can come out. It still wouldn't be of interest to us. I'm glad you don't say Morgan's name anymore in the show. I'm glad that we don't have to bear through scenes with you and Morgan. We don't care. Now you want to gaslight us. We don't want to talk about Morgan. You brought her on the show. We don't care about her and her terrible music. I mean,
right.
And that Brazzers music video. It was definitely giving Brazzers and Pornhub.
I was screaming, Brooke, when you said that on your...
If you don't know what Brazzers is, it's Sunday, okay? It's the Lord's Day. Look it up. Look it up tomorrow, okay? And thank me later. No, I'm joking.
Oh, it got hot in here.
It did. I was like, woo.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else that you want to say about Kyle, your fave?
No, I don't have anything more to say. I just need her to be real and just be honest. One of y'all had me cracking up. You said, girl, it's 2024. We're all gay. So one of the comments had me screaming.
Oh, damn. Okay. I don't feel so special anymore.
Screaming.
Okay. Taria, how are you feeling about Kyle this season?
There's certain housewives that just from day one, I just have been like, oh, she can be, I will say sometimes she can be funny. She has, yes, she's been acting since season 1. She can be funny at times, but I just don't like the whole, you just gotta be honest. And she's not honest. And she can start things, like kind of get the mess going and then kind of back up and go flying out with her cape. Yes, exactly. Because Brooke, that was a good point. When she brought that up, you wouldn't be sitting down with your daughter. She didn't say, I sat down with my daughters and said, listen, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of media. This is what's going on. Didn't say that, you know. Wait, what was that? Who's fraudulent? Dorit. Ooh, yeah, child. Listen.
No, somebody, did you see the comment before that you highlighted? It said, we be scissoring. Oh, this live is nasty today.
They all be I wouldn't be surprised if most of the cast was kitty clicking. I definitely not looking at Brooke's potential for winning 90.
I don't know if you guys know this. I've said this on the channel that when I'm in my 90s, if I'm still single, that I am going to get like a lavender marriage. I'm going to get me a woman. But 90. It has to be 90.
90.
I don't know if I'm going to live that long. Look, I think it's gross. Okay.
Listen, science is doing some amazing things now, so you'll be able to live that long and still work every part, you know?
Oh, okay. I'll start to interrupt.
No, the way you interrupted is the way I'm over Kyle. Let's keep going.
Yes.
Well, before we move on from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, guys, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. And don't forget you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. And while I'm talking about that, reminder that the Kempire After Dark live experience is coming to a city near you. A new year and new shows. The Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th of 2025. I know it's going to be an interesting week, so why not unwind, relax, and have a good time with our community and me at Union Stage again on Friday, January 24th, 2025. Meet and greet tickets are still available. All the information will be available in the description. New York City, then you're up next. For Black History Month, we're bringing the Kempire After Dark live experience back to the Green Room 42. So if you want to talk hot topics and more with me, make sure you get your tickets today. But for those that can't make it to the show, or maybe you're international and you still want to view the show, get this exclusive opportunity to get the streaming option, the live streaming option at the Green Room 42 for the Kempire After Dark live experience happening on Friday, February 21st of 2025. More information on both shows will be available in the description. And we're back from our commercial break. Before we move on from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I have to ask you guys about Bozoma St. John, the new addition to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Taria, what are you thinking about her? And what are you thinking about her friendship with Dorit?
I think Bose is flawless, stunning, gorgeous. I feel like she has the type of presence that will automatically make you stand up straighter, sit up straighter, enunciate, use all the, as my dad would call them, 25-cent words that you got in your back pocket. I just feel like she is just beautiful. I love that she's also letting us know that, yes, I'm observing this group and I'm watching and I see how it's going. She's not coming on trying to play like she's not. And like, almost like this is a show, but this isn't a show. And I'm not friends with these ladies, but I'm in this group. Yeah. So I love that. As far as her and Dorit, it's interesting that they click. I'm not necessarily surprised, but it's interesting. And if you see them on the after show, I'm wondering, are they going to develop a real friendship? Because I feel like there's a connection of sorts between them. And I hope, after show is telling, well now, yeah, that's why I said, I wonder if if her and Dorit are becoming real friends or if it's just, but I trust Boz. I'm going to say I trust her. I trust her judgment. And if her and Dorit are friends, I'm going to choose to believe they are. Now, Dorit, I'm just warning you. If you do something to Boz, you ain't never coming back from that. I'm just not with me anyway. I'm just letting you know.
No.
But I'm loving Bose. I keep Boz. I'm loving Bose. I am.
Yeah. The Brooke Ashley. Your thoughts?
I'm loving Bose too. I love her. Same sentiments as Taria. I see a lot of the comments. The comments are saying that they like Bose, but they just want more of her, and I agree with that.
Yes.
I want her to have more camera time. I want to know more of her story. Yeah. I mean, I'm hopeful and optimistic because Erica has said during her press run that we see Bose get really activated into the mess, and she gets into it with Kyle later on this season. So I can't wait to see that.
I think everyone's looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that. So I'm excited to see Bose really come into her own. And I think that we're going to get more of her. I think, like you guys said, she's new. She's just testing the waters right now. But we're going to see her, I think, episodes 9 and 10. So, we're going to really see her get activated. So I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I really like her on the show so far. And I like that she's not necessarily taking a side. It seems like on the show, the after show is quite telling. And because she doesn't know Dorit and she hasn't seen how Dorit moves, that this is why she's giving Dorit grace, which is fine. Mm-hmm. I don't need her to be a part of the Sutton or the Slutton clique. I don't need that. Okay. I don't need that from her, but it is quite telling. You don't know this group, so you're making a lot of assumptions based off of what Dorit is giving you. Yeah. And on the street, according to Crystal Kung Minkoff on her podcast.
Yes.
Cynthia Bailey, humble brag. You're welcome. Send me something. Based off of that, Dorit on the show versus Dorit in real life are two different people. We know that. We still haven't gotten Dorit's true story. So I'm not falling for it, production. I'm not falling for it, network. You can make this Dorit's big time, but please make it her last. Because at this particular point, this is another season of Dorit giving us nothing based off of what story you want to give us in regards to it. When we know there's a bankruptcy and a foreclosure and all this other stuff going on, but we're not talking about that.
But we never will, because where was Andy when he mentioned that Beverly Hills is supposed to be about the glitz, the glamour, so they're not going to go into finances. And it's like, then that's not real.
Yeah.
When that girl chased Dorit around the pool because she owed her friend, we should have saw that play out on the show.
Because that's also part about the glitz and the glamour. Some people use the glitz and the glamour.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're not telling us the true Dorit. And I do believe that because I've heard this about other cities like Dubai, where they want to present to the audience like, oh, these women are rich, and they're really not. Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Well, yeah. We could tell with one of them. We never saw their home.
Oh.
I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to just leave it there.
I know exactly who that is. Let me drink my water. Well, she be in comments a lot too. Every comment section.
Just like her cousin on New York. And I'm going to leave it there.
Damn. Look, we love it when Taria Faison and the Brooke actually come through for our ultimate Real Housewives conversation. Because you could tell we all have very different opinions, but we are more than willing to share them because this is an open, free space. And the same is for those in the live chat and in the comment section, but we don't moderate adults, so don't be disrespectful. Okay? All right. It takes a lot to get to blocked on this channel. Just saying. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, who is having probably one of the best seasons across the board.
Yes.
How are you feeling, Brooke, about, because I know this is one of your favorites.
SLC, hands down, are giving what the other girls were supposed to have gave, in the words of the iconic Rolling Ray. They are eating. We are 14 for 14. They are shooting at 100% at the free throw line. Okay, Steph Curry with the shot for my basketball fans. Okay, like not a miss. They are doing that. The storylines are just everybody is firing off on all cylinders. Mary is the MVP.
Come on.
Ooh, SLC is in their bag. Nobody's doing it like them. They're number one right now.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Taria, how are you feeling about the season?
I agree with Brooke. And every single cast member is bringing something, whether you like them or not. Every cast member is bringing something. And the friend of Brittany. And I see a lot of people saying, make her full-time, make her. I like exactly where she is. She's almost like a Marlo. Reminds me of, she's very integral to the story. But what she's doing now, I don't want her to get bumped up and then become Marlo when she got bumped up and we saw her producing and it just ruined what was authentic. So I am loving it. I am loving Salt Lake City. Mary, listen, I have liked Mary from season one, have not condoned all of her behavior.
Oh, no.
Let's be clear. But if y'all are talking about bringing the old style New York City cast back, Ramona, I'm going to stand 10 toes down for Mary. Call her out when she's wrong. But I'm going to stand 10 toes down for Mary so y'all can get out of my face with that. Lisa Barlow, I've never seen it for her.
On the back.
Right, exactly. And I've seen that. Now, Lisa Barlow, not seen it for her. Never going to see it for her. She sat up, and I have said this, on that reunion couch last year when Mary and Whitney were having a real conversation about racism in the Mormon church. And you have Heather, who was raised in it, Whitney, who was raised in it, Mary saying, I feel this way because you were raised under a religion that don't like people who look like me. And Lisa Barlow, that's not true. Why is no one asking me? That's not true. And you have two women sitting here saying it's true. So you're going to discount Mary's experience because you haven't experienced it. And that's a theme with Lisa. I'm going to discount your experiences and your gripes on this show because I haven't experienced. And she thought she was slick when Bronwyn shared something with us about Todd. I mean, because now the switch up is real on Watch What Happens. I still like Bronwyn, but girl, we need to have a conversation. Come to the front. Come to the front. We need to have a conversation with you. But Lisa was very much not consoling her. And when she said to Bronwyn, you're much more relatable, I feel like any respect that Lisa had for Bronwyn went out the window because Lisa don't want her friends to be relatable. She wants them to live the fabulous life, the jet set life. Lisa told us in the beginning she wanted to be friends with Bronwyn because she was fabulous. She was this. And Bronwyn was looking at her like, who's this little girl in sweatpants? Now that Bronwyn has been relatable and vulnerable, that's not Lisa's vibe. She don't want her fabulous friends to be like that. She said she projected her life as perfect and Todd being obsessed with her. So y'all are not real friends. Y'all are social friends in this social setting that Lisa wants to be in. I'm over Lisa. Meredith said, I cried and now I feel better. I was like, you know what, Meredith? I'm going to give that to you. Now, I'm not going to lie. When Brittany said she was throwing up, I said, no.
I really thought she just had like the runs. The crying and the throwing up, I was like, well.
I was wondering if it was maybe something a little deeper.
I thought so too. Like what Jackie was going through on Jersey.
That's immediately what I thought.
That's what she was making it sound like that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, Meredith, what is going on? Meredith's not even a real person, but I appreciate her, I guess. Angie and Mary, I literally got tears in my eyes when they saw each other and hugged. I was like, this is a real friendship, and I hope Mary don't. Like Mary, the same real, yeah.
She will. We know this already. I've reserved to the fact that Mary will end up hating Angie at one particular point, but they will find their way back to each other. I think it will take some time, especially because they're bonding over something so serious in Mary's life, and Mary really does need the support because
she trusts her.
Because the husband, grandfather is over there in Vegas.
Well, Mary said that Robert Jr. went to go live with him for a little while.
Yeah, to get out of the state.
My last thing about Salt Lake City with Heather, I gave you another one. Oh, girl, I have kept my good eye on you. I gave you something when you sat with Bronwyn and pumped her up and told her what you don't deserve from a man, what you do deserve from a man, and then got on the after show and took the side of the oppressor again. I was like, oh, girl, your mental is still. I was disgusted by that because this is a serious matter, and I truly believe. I was like, wow. Heather is really, you talk about women's empowerment in these shows, and these are real life things. And when she got on the after show and reverted, I was like, oh, I'm really done. I'm really done with Heather.
Yes, she is dangerous.
Yeah, she is
dangerous. I agree.
I have to defend Brittany. So Brittany went Instagram official with Jared Osman.
Because he wants a snowflake.
Yeah, he does. But let's be honest. And I've been one of those people that, and I'm not one to say, someone needs to be a full-time housewife. It takes a lot for me to say that. But the way that Brittany has been a main part of the storyline, which is not necessarily a good thing, especially when you have OGs that don't have a storyline on the show. Yeah. But her storyline has been so important from episode 1 to episode, where are we, 14? Yep. Yeah, so that's true. The fact that we're still talking about her and she's making announcements, like she's quirky, she's Mormon, she really deserved her snowflake this season. So that's, for me, it's very different than Marlo, who just got a peach because they were giving out peaches at the local Publix.
That's true.
Shade! I had to sit up for that.
And then she got her peach, and then there was really nothing there.
That's true.
With Brittany, there's a lot of stuff. Like it or love it, hate it or whatever. Brittany does have a lot going on, and she fits into this group quite well. And I do get thirst from her. I do get the thirst from her. However, Homegirl's got some stuff.
And you know what? It's a thirst that, can you say thirst is genuine? It's a different thirst than other thirst that we've seen Housewives. Like hers seems like it's a genuine, like, guys, I want to be here. I want you guys. Like, we really see. I will tell you, when I thought Brittany, it was perfection. The way she kept introducing Meredith throwing up. We see the flashbacks one-on-one, and then she's like, ooh, I already talked to Meredith. When she asked Meredith, how are you feeling, Meredith? And Elise was like, yeah, you were quiet on the boat. And then you bring it up again in front of the group when you already asked her. I was like, perfection. This is perfection.
Yeah. Very messy.
Very. And plus Dayton Island.
I want to hear more from Brooke in regards to her Housewives of Salt Lake City, but I do want to say thank you for the super chats, guys. You can also support the channel just by liking this video and subscribing to our guests, the Brooke Ashley and Taria Faison. They also have podcasts and things like that as well, so be sure to follow them there. All the information will be available in the description. Allie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Brenn has me defending a Scientologist.
Yes, Allie, I'm with you. I said, what am I doing?
I said, come through.
Yeah. Rahina, thank you for the super chat. Rahina says, Dorinda is a drunk old lady. Pay her dust. Sorry, being a little mean, but she was mean to Brooke.
Oh, thank you, Rahina.
Rahina, I'm going to say allegedly, but when you know people who worked for her child, it's not alleged. She's a mean lady. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead. Oh,
okay. Mm-hmm. DeLon says they put too much on Dorit. She's not that girl for real. Delano said, told you Garcelle's in her flop season.
I love your picture, Delon.
I said what I said. Gemini said this in the live chat. I saved it. The issue, they bring up table discussions for everyone to participate. Dorit can't have a private convo at a group table where everyone needs to be involved. She could have spoken to Bose offline.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Mr. Mellon imaging this picture. I can't. I haven't watched because Dorit versus Kyle is fake AF. The white team, oh good Lord, are gagged with Dorit Sig with unkept nails. She's not that girl, nor will she ever be. Well then. Dee, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate your support. Deborah, thank you for being a member for 22 months. Deborah says, not a Bose fan after show is telling. It is telling. She's got a lot of smoke for some of the ladies.
Yeah.
But I do also like her perspective because it doesn't come from a place where I don't feel like she's necessarily riding Dorit as a not seeing everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the after show is quite telling. Shar, thank you so much for Super Chat. Shar says Salt Lake City proves that viewers should stick with OG cast. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that because honestly, for me, it's the newbies of Salt Lake City. Okay.
Well, only one newbie, I guess. Well, I guess, Bronwyn and Brittany, the two newbies, because Maylee, where is she?
Where did Maylee go? I said, where have all the children gone? Where is she?
Damn, Maylee. At least we spoke about you though, Maylee. We remembered. We remembered you. Just saying. Unique, thank you so much for the super chat. Unique says, suggestion, can we do this fun, entertaining live going forward on Sundays in 2025? First of all, we would like to have lives on a Sunday. Can we rest on a Sunday? The Lord said, and rest. We are all very busy people, but we try to make time so we can do this for you guys. Look, I'm having commitment issues. I don't know if I can commit to every Sunday. Every Sunday. I barely want to do Love and Marriage Huntsville on a Sunday. And I was so mad yesterday when I saw that they had a new episode. I was like, Carlo, what are you doing?
Yes.
It's the holidays. Can we tis the season? Can we take a little bit of a break? I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. VBuke 203 says the difference between New RHONY versus Salt Lake City and the other franchises is that they argue over absolutely nothing on RHONY. The other franchises actually have real arguments, not childish arguments over nothing. Yeah, they're talking about D-pics and I mean, even when Sai brought up that random, like, oh yeah, Jenna told me about her the length of her big JJ hair. And I was like, you guys are 30-something, 40-something, 50-something year old women. I just can't imagine that these are the conversations that you're really having in real life.
Right.
Just saying.
It just wasn't funny. It was just stupid.
No, everything's been stupid. Everything.
Yeah, everything's been stupid.
Anyways, we digress. So anything, Brooke, thoughts on Real Housewives of Beverly, not Real Housewives, but Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, Mary Cosby of it all, Lisa Barlow versus Bronwyn. How are you feeling about Bronwyn?
So I came in rooting for Bronwyn, loved her down. I still like Bronwyn, but the last few episodes I have been side-eyeing her. I feel like the veil has been lifted, if that makes sense. Just how she threw Brittany under the bus at the bat mitzvah. I didn't love that. It made for great TV. It made for an iconic moment. Angie giving us the high body count hair, high body count shoes, high body count dress. That was iconic. But I still felt like, okay, Bronwyn, all right, girl, I see you. Then, telling the story on the yacht about how Todd cheated on her. I felt sorry for her. And I was like, girl, you need to leave, okay? But
not the Todd father.
Right.
And somebody had the nerve to say that I'm pressed about their marriage and I'm hating. What? And in the words of Wendy Yosefo, my girl, hating on what? Hating on this? Because their marriage, I will stay single if that's all there is out there.
Yeah.
He's married to somebody almost 70 years old, at least look like George Clooney. He's sour, always cranky. I don't see any affection, no love. They barely hold hands. Absolutely not. Okay, all they have is money, and I'm gonna just leave it there. But when she told the story on the boat initially, I felt sorry for her. Mm-hmm. But then when I did my recap, a lot of my subscribers said, well, I wasn't really that moved by it because I felt like she told that story at that time for attention. And they felt like it was a way to gain sympathy over her being kind of messy and being called out for it. So, that just kind of had my mind going like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. But now the backtracking on Watch What Happens Live saying that, well, it wasn't physical, it was emotional or whatever. I don't believe that. The way she was crying on that boat, he definitely stopped. Like, you're not going to sit up here. Don't pee on our legs and tell us that it's raining. Stop lying.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in her house, a dog is peeing on your leg.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, Mary, I'm loving Mary this season. Lisa is being Lisa.
Yes.
You know, Lisa, oh my gosh, Lisa Barlow. And it's always about her. And, you know, her and John and Vita Tequila. And we are just living the life. And I have my Prada on. And it's my trip. And I have the best tequila in the world. And I'm taking care of my little son, Henry, my little baby, Gorgeous. And I'm Lisa Barlow.
I love that. Yeah, I think the cast makes Lisa Barlow relevant because they're always coming for her. There's always an issue with her. Because honestly, if they did not constantly come for her, Lisa Barlow would be a non-factor. There really isn't a lot going on with Lisa. So the fact that people keep coming for her, I'm just like, you guys are making her relevant.
Yes.
Or making her important.
If you paid her dust.
And when people say that she's the queen of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I was like, no, the crown belongs to Mary Cosby. No. Especially this season, she proved that she is the queen of Salt Lake City. Yeah. The way that she comes in between the grandfather, husband, her son's story, the funny moments, the just weird, quirky moments that we did not expect. Mary Cosby is the queen of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
She is. But the way those fans love her, especially at BravoCon.
Yes.
Lisa Barlow is like their Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Y'all, no, guys. Y'all, in the chat, if you have been to BravoCon, that line is wrapped. The way the girls are obsessed with Lisa. They want to be Lisa. And I know you all don't understand. Those girls love Lisa down.
Even on Twitter, they're calling her an icon.
Yes. They're
calling her iconic. There's no show without Lisa. And I'm like, Taco Bell and Diet Coke cannot be your whole personality.
But again, this goes back to what I was saying about Garcelle, the Bravo universe.
That's true.
Right. People will celebrate, especially in the Bravo universe, mediocrity all the time, which is why Omarosa on Bethany's talk show lives in my head all the time.
Come on.
Mediocrity is celebrated in these spaces all the time. But someone like Mary Cosby that's giving you story, funny, shade, all in one. Oh, yeah, she's good. I like her. Mm-hmm. But Lisa, who's giving you voice and nothing, come on. And I appreciate Lisa Barlow. I mean, she's definitely bringing more than some of these other OGs, like Meredith. Like, what is Meredith giving us?
Xanax. Because, wake up. like, come on.
Listen.
Be involved.
And the whole family has the same vocal fry except for Seth. He's the only one with some animation in his voice. And they're all very much like the Kardashians with the monotone.
Yes. I wonder about Seth and Meredith sometimes. Is this now that we're famous, are we going to project this marriage on camera? But in New York, we both have significant others. I agree, Essence.
I definitely believe that. I don't believe that there's a love between these two. I don't understand why they're staying in this relationship. I don't know if it's for the show. To me, that would be the only reason because I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Okay. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is a special, the ultimate Real Housewives takeover with our special guests, the Brooke Ashley and Taria Faison. More information on both of them will be available in the description. And because we are pressed for time, I want to move on. And of course, Replay Crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts on everything that we've discussed from Real Housewives of New York to Beverly Hills and Salt Lake City. We have to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. But before we do that, we can't talk about Potomac without talking about this moment that's been in the news.
Why are you interviewing me?
Because you were in an accident and you appear to be impaired.
Well, I'm not. No, I appear, but I'm not.
That's right. That's why I'm asking questions.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, no, ma'am, you're not free to leave.
Honey,
you are not free to leave.
You
can't go until we answer some questions.
You answer the question.
I'll answer the question. Okay, then you stay right there then, okay, for me.
Don't touch me.
All right, don't go anywhere then.
Don't touch me.
Karen, please.
Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. Listen.
You good?
I'm good.
You have it?
I'm good, but
You'll answer.
I will help you answer the questions. Okay? Where's she coming from? Okay.
I should probably take a cab.
You probably should have taken a cab, yes.
But I'm very rich.
I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine, and I have the nature of your point as well.
I had to play it again because I'm going to ride Karen the same way she would probably ride anyone else that was going through this. And I hate the fact that people are making so light of someone driving under the influence. And now that we've seen the body cam footage, which is so cringy, and she's been convicted of 5 of the 6 charges. And if you guys missed it, I did a special recap of some legal pop culture stories with allegedly Stephanie. We talk about this at length. Ladies, Brooke, how did you feel when you saw the body cam footage of Curran?
I was floored. Karen, you should really feel ashamed of yourself, because for you to be up on here this season lying, you said that a deer jumped out, the tree jumped out, and that footage showed us that you were drunk AF. And you could have taken yourself out and somebody else out. And then the audacity, what really gets me is how you sat up here a few episodes ago talking about, oh, Ray hasn't been supportive and I didn't know if we were going to make it. You were bashing that man. That man stood 10 toes down for you. It was already, 11:50 at night, and he's out almost 80 years old. You know good and well he wants to be in bed. His old behind is out taking care of you, talking to the cops. He's trying to lie to the cops for you.
I want to be in bed at that time. I'm just saying.
Right? If that's not support, if that's not a supportive husband, I don't know what is. So for you to sit up there and play in his face like that and act like he hasn't supported you. And I know it wasn't just me. If you look at Ray's facial expressions, his eyes showed me that this was not his first time. This has happened many times before. Ray's body language looked like, oh God, here we go again. But this time she got caught.
I believe
she's been caught multiple times.
I think this
might be her 3rd or 4th.
That's what they're saying. They're saying this is her 4th. They're saying this is her 4th, allegedly, that she's gotten, this has happened in several other counties.
Mm-hmm. I hope not Surrey.
I hope not. But I really can't believe it.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. Do you think they should strip her of the ambassador to Surrey title? I would.
If it was anybody else, they would.
Right?
Yeah. I think so. I think that Karen needs a little bit of jail time. It's time for some jail.
I mean, she's facing up to 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you think 2 years is what we need?
Maybe 60 days, but something that would just really scare her to stop doing this. Because I had people, I'm sure you guys have people in your comments letting you guys know that one of my subscribers, one of their children was taken out by a drunk driver. This is a serious thing. Like you have the money. There's no excuse for that. Yeah. And she could have killed herself. Look, her Maserati caught on fire, blew up. Like she could have killed herself easily. So I'm just, it's not anything to laugh about. Karen needs some help.
Yeah.
Karen needs some help.
And if it's her 3rd or 4th DUI, honestly, I think she needs more. I think she needs like 6 months and maybe come out on good behavior. But
rehab isn't enough for you at this point if you keep doing that. And she's not humble. They say a drunk mouth speaks a sober mind. Yes. You're a white man. You're a humble
tutory. If you were Thomas Jefferson's concubine, would you be humble?
I was like, well, the way she sees herself.
Yeah.
Oh, to have that type of esteem or delusion.
Yep.
I am a rich Black woman. You are a poor white man. I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine. I was kind of looking at her mentality like, ooh, she sure sees things through a white gaze. I'll tell you that much. Like the white gaze, like not GAZE, in case it's not coming out right. Like through a white lens. No. She sees herself definitely. I want to say I was shocked because of the grand dameness of it all. But what I just kept thinking about is you are not even humble. Mm-hmm. At this point, I would have either shut my mouth or been crying like, child, I would have laid it on what I was going through. But instead, I'd have been like, my mom lost my mama, my daddy, my cat, my husband is giving me the blues, anything. But for you to be like, you're going to Google me and be sorry, I'm bad AF. You know, it was just like, girl, and I said, you know what? She's in Montgomery County with them white folks, and they watched you on tape. first try to make it about a race thing and then turn around and talk about that man being white and broke. Girl, it is not looking good for you. I do think she needs to be sat down. And you hate it, right? Because you don't want people, not that you don't want people to be in jail, because of course some people belong in jail, but you're looking at her like, man, but I think she needs to be sat down and humbled. Like, no, you just don't get it. And thinking back during the season, the nerve of you to try to turn it around on the ladies and say, I'm here to see who's really down for me. And then to have your daughter come on.
Mm-hmm.
And your cousin that was on the phone with you during the accident.
During the accident. Like, girl, how dare you? I felt like the daughter was low-key threatening. Like, that's right, because if they can't support you, and then like you said, David comes on and they're both crying at the cafe or wherever. I'm like, you played in our faces. I would have rather you came on and said, it's a legal situation. I want to talk about it. I'm scared. I can't. Moving on. I would rather that than you try to play in your face and play in our face and tell me you'll be vindicated.
But to add to your point, Taria, about the arrogance, we've talked about this before. And I've shared with some subscribers, I've shared with you guys, my subscribers, that Karen has become, the ego has really become inflated. BravoCon. 4 years in a row. The first year, Kempire, you remember 2022, when that fan called her out because she missed her photo op.
Yeah.
She didn't feel like going to it. And then when she did the next day, when she made up for it, she was charging fans $30 for a picture. Let's talk about that. That's unacceptable. You're there to take pictures with and meet your fans. Karen's ego has been out of control for quite some time. And people on her cast have called it out. But, she's laughed it off. The viewers have laughed it off. But in real life, Karen is very arrogant. Yeah. Last year, the same thing. Supposed to do the photo ops in the VIP room. She's nowhere to be. It's all that kind of stuff. This has gone to her head. And I'm not saying that you can't enjoy your status. It's gone. It's gotten to her head. Absolutely. What you said, a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
Yeah.
Everything out of her mouth was, when you Google who I am, you'll be ashamed. Remember that? She said this to the cop, the poor and white. Do you know who I am? I'm the Grand Dame. Andy gave me that name. Well, Andy didn't give you that nickname.
Exactly.
Police gave you that nickname because she was being silly. She said, the Grand Dame and not a Dom thing. And Andy laughed. That was Charisse who gave you that nickname. So you need to be thanking Charisse. I know you can't stand her, but you need to give her Charisse her tens for that, because you wouldn't have that moniker if it weren't for her. But the whole point, going back to, she was really, the true colors really jumped out. She really thinks that she's somebody. Yeah. And girl, you're not A-list. The A-list stars who have gotten arrested for a DWI or drinking, being on drugs while driving, they've gotten their repercussions. So who do you think you are?
Girl.
It's just, it's sad. And I really hope that Karen comes back down to earth.
Yeah.
Now, she has to. Because this is ridiculous.
Word on the street, I don't know how true this is. This was a statement that her attorney released to people, that they're going to respect her right to appeal this decision. But, I don't know if, they definitely saw the body cam footage before we all did. But now the world has seen the body cam footage. I can't imagine her appealing this at this particular point. I think she needs to skip the appeal and go straight to jail.
And serve your time and take. Well, I passed her in the hallway at BravoCon, and she had so much security around her, and people were. I was right there, and she was like, literally like this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I was like, and I just started laughing because I was like, oh wow, this is the Grand Dame. But she knows how to perform, because she got on that stage, ate Robin up in 2 seconds, bantering with the audience. But off stage, she was.
Yeah, she was not trying to take.
I'm going to defend the Grand Dame, because I don't like how y'all coming for the Grand Dame like this today.
We're being honest, though.
No, I will say this, because I'm not really defending her, because if you've been watching my recaps, you know how I feel.
Go to jail.
But straight to jail. But when I met her in New York City during that BravoCon, she was lovely.
Okay.
And her backstage where there was no one around. She probably thought I was somebody important because I was backstage.
Okay. So
maybe that's why she was lovely. Okay. But she was very lovely.
Well, I agree. When I met her too, she was lovely. I got to spend some time with her at BravoCon. One-on-one, she is lovely. But generally speaking, when she's around other people who I guess she deems as just fans, it's that attitude. But when I was one-on-one, we spoke. A quick fun fact, my grandmother and her mother-in-law, Ray's mother, were best friends. They went to the same church.
Oh, wow.
In the Bronx. So yeah, so I showed her the picture. We laughed. We had a nice time. I've showed you guys the video of me and Karen. Yeah. We had a nice time. But the overall attitude with fans, I don't like that. And people spend good money to meet you.
Oh,
and you're
very good money. Those BravoCon tickets are expensive.
Listen, BravoCon tickets $2,100, $1,800, $700 for general admission, and folks want to meet you, and you sitting up there missing your hour-long photo op.
Right.
No, ma'am. And then the next day you charge folks $30 to absolute. Stop. So I'm just.
Isn't that to buy like one of those old lady candles?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She was selling her merch, and then still $30 a picture with her. It was a mess. But let me just say one more thing. I think it's funny how she wants everybody to ride for her this season when she never rides for anybody.
Never.
Neither Dolores. Karen is Switzerland. Karen is always riding the fence. That's been her tagline for several seasons. But you want folks to be on your side. You couldn't even be on Candace's side when Monique assaulted her in season 5. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
I see how you feel. Okay. Can I just take a little bit of break and give the ladies the floor, because I drank all of this and now I have to go. So y'all gonna take over the channel for a hot second. Keep talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. I'll jump on in when I come back. If y'all been here before, y'all get it. All right, ladies, take over. I'll be right back.
Listen, Brooke, I need you to talk about Wendy and how you feel. Do you feel like she should have come harder at Giselle when she was like, well, Giselle, the smoke you had with me, and then she went in her confessional? Because I was glad that she brought it up and clocked it, but I kind of wanted her to go just a little bit like, nah, because you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did it. And that's probably just me being petty, remembering everything. But how did you feel when she had that conversation, like when she brought it up and put it on the table?
I was happy that Wendy spoke up. It was needed. I was nervous that she wouldn't say anything. Because listen, Wendy's so agreeable and she's always trying to she just want to make waves. The fact that she did speak up, I was happy for that. But the double standards are glaring. And I want to ask you have kids.
Okay.
I want to ask you, Taria, as a mother,
okay.
And for all the mothers in the chat, would you mind just saying your opinion right in the chat for all the mothers out there? Wouldn't it be worse if a friend spoke poorly about your child than an enemy giving a look?
For me?
Please.
It would have been so much worse. And this is where I have to go to Giselle being a hypocrite, because you and I have talked about this. Giselle always makes it known. If I don't like you, all bets are off. So yep. Giselle has been very clear to say, if I don't like you, you can be assaulted. If I don't like you, all bets are off. Where I say she's hypocritical, because then you need to keep that same energy with Wendy. If in fact Wendy and Candace rolled their eyes at your kids, it's because they don't like you. So it's that it goes both ways. So if Mia had have said that to my children, now listen, I'm gonna be very clear. I told Brooke they would have had to cut to commercial because they wouldn't have got good audio over Mia crying. I said, not the alley cat talking about being in back alleys. Baby, when you were their age, you were laying on your back with your paws up, getting your stomach rubbed for shekels to get some Nikes from Foot Locker. How dare you call these teenage girls whores? Are you crazy? Girl, the way she would have been boo-hooing, I would have... You laying in between alleys and you gonna talk about my daughter walking through an alley?
You know they're gonna call you for next season.
I was livid. I already, and I can be honest and say I have not been Mia's biggest fan coming in, but I'll give her ones when she's. But for you to double down, and when you think about it, if she called Giselle's daughters whores in that scene, Giselle then went and sat down next to her at the Love Lagoon and said, hey, Mama Mia, and gave her a hug. And then you want to tell Wendy you're not going to compare the two? And I wonder, in fact, if that's why Wendy even spoke up. Because I said, I get what Wendy's saying, but did something more happen for Wendy to speak up? And then it made me think, this is probably true. And that's why Wendy spoke up. But I was like, girl, how dare you? There is no way. At that point, that is so low to talk about somebody's kids as whores.
Yeah.
That they would have had to shut down production, because I'm telling you, I would have dragged her mom, her dad. I would have dragged the way she grew up. I would have dragged every foster home. I would have dragged every John that probably helped her live her life. I would have dragged you in.
The Johns getting carried into this.
Dragged them all. And then for you to turn around. And then here's the other thing about reality TV. It gets you, right? Because then we see her not know where her kids are. And as a mom, I'm thinking, there is a part of me that thought, is this true? Because I don't believe Mia.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
So I'm like,
either.
Is this true? And the way she just, while Jacqueline's taking over, I'm like, if it was true, I would be 100% with you, Mia, but I don't believe it's true. And then you talk about how you want the audience. Again, you can't have it both ways. Because the fire comes out, and I'm telling you, and my grandma was an Aries, so I had to keep up if I was going to keep up with her. But then it's just like, she talks about Gordon, and I want to be respectful to anybody struggling with mental health issues, and I don't know, so I'm going to, it almost feels like every time he disagrees, we're now putting it on mental health. Mm-hmm. And if he is so dangerous with this, you have let it be known that your kids go there all the time. Mm-hmm. Dad says he keeps snacks with you. So then you trust them in his care, right? So then is it always an issue? But I'm sorry, I just couldn't get past the horror of it all. Now, Giselle, I still don't mess with you. And I can't even respect Giselle anymore. I lost the fact that she didn't cuss her out also let me know. That's why you wanted Wendy and Candace off the show, because she never has to come back with them. So she had to go to what? Silence. She had to ice them out. Mm. She couldn't have it back and forth. She didn't have words to what Mia said about her daughters in the moment. I lost respect for her a little bit in that moment. And like I said, if you come to the reunion and say, yeah, what's been put out is true, I definitely will have lost a lot of respect for you, because that to me crosses lines on levels. Yeah. I
don't appreciate how you're talking about my Virgo sister, Giselle. I think she's having a fantastic season this season. I don't know about you guys. She's so funny in her confessionals. She's her and Wendy are my dream team. I love the fact that they're getting along so well this season.
You're making me hot over here.
I'm so happy that everyone is getting to see what regular Robin and I see in Giselle. Right, Brooke?
I feel like you want to talk. You know this Aries fires. It's Aries in the chat. Let me know. It starts at our feet and works its way up.
No.
And then it goes, whoof, and we burn you right on up. Oh. Mia would have been boohooing so loud. They'd have been like,
or you just went to the bathroom.
Listen. I'm telling you, Mia, they would have had been like, we don't have no audio because of her boohooing. Y'all gonna need it. She would have passed out from the read I would have gave her. How dare you? Yeah. Now I want to ask you guys this, because I heard someone say, people say children are off limits. Family's off limits. Husband is off limits. But let's be real. Based on what we've been seeing in reality TV and Housewives in the last couple of years, not do you believe they should be off limits, but do you think they really are off limits? And I'm going to add a second part. If I say, Mia, you're not protecting your kids, versus Giselle, your kids are whores, is there a difference? Because somebody will say, you're not protecting your kids. Well, they're talking about Mia's kids. It's a fine line.
That. I think they like to twist that.
Okay.
And I feel as if it's the intention behind it. It felt like Karen and Giselle were concerned for the children, not being derogatory towards the children, talking about children, calling children names. And the fact that we found out from the Jasmine brand that, she used that word against those lovely, because if anything, we can say what we want about Giselle, but her daughters are lovely, smart, doing what they need to be, doing. They are far from that. And sneaking boys in, I mean, that's the least they could do.
Right.
Normal.
That's the
If my
least.
mama's watching this, I did one time. He didn't go past the dining room though.
Brooke, you can answer Taria's question. I'm sorry.
Wait, what was the question again? No, I'm joking. No, I think that we've seen it on Married to Medicine, on the other shows. It seems like kids and family aren't off limits. SLC, we know that Mary and Lisa, there was an argument between them about kids. Lisa allegedly called Mary's son, can I say it?
No.
I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Because they didn't show it. They didn't
show it. And then
use the R word.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Lisa called Mary's son first.
Oh.
Lisa called Mary's son.
It rhymes with huggy with a D.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, hell no. Did she?
No, it rhymes with funky.
Oh, with the J.
With the J.
That's right.
She
That's
called him
right.
that. And then Mary, in response, called Henry.
R word.
Yes.
Yes.
And so as we can see,
They're
kids
not off
and
limits.
families are not off limits, right?
Right.
Now, in response to your second question, Taria, there's a stark difference. That's not, Giselle and Karen were not talking about me as kids.
Yes.
Talking about your kids is saying their names and saying they're this, the way Mia called her kids whores.
Yes.
They didn't do that. Karen and Giselle simply said, you're not protecting your kids. You know, are you sure that they should be around this? They shouldn't see this. This is a bit too much for them. That's not talking about kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And can I go further with the whole social media argument, how she was trying to make an argument of you present your life as perfect? Can we rewind the tape? Before the season started, Mia posted it, what we now know was an edited video of Ink and Gordon. So you didn't post your real life because you wanted us to believe the storyline about Ink possibly being your son's father. It was the show that showed the full video of Jeremiah's father being in it. So that's what I mean about Mia. So you're going to sit in Giselle's face and say your life is perfect when you're posting for deceptive reasons to keep your job, to keep a storyline going.
Yeah, she's been deceptive all season.
Yes.
That's why when I sent you both the clip for next week's episode where Mia is, calling frantically about she doesn't know where her children are. I was like, I don't know what to believe with Mia. And basically when you watch those first 7 minutes, or by the end of it, when they speak to the babysitter's daughter, you didn't speak to the children. You didn't hear from the children.
Thank you.
And all of a sudden the tears magically disappear and you're fine. Mm-hmm. She is a terrible liar. If anything, I put her in the same barrel as Brenn, if not worse.
Oh, yeah. Because you're manipulating with the kid's storyline because and I believe she's read the comments and knows, what's the one thing across the board, whether people love Giselle or hate Giselle, what do they all say? She's a great mother.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now you want to use this storyline of you being so concerned about your kids. And I just, it to me, it's this, I don't like to watch my Housewives and I have to figure out if I think you're lying or not. Delusional is different than lying.
Yeah. And look, they all lie on some level, but it's more consistent that Mia lies.
Yeah.
Like everything about herself is a lie. And I also think it's dangerous what she's trying to do with Gordon and his mental health.
Yes.
We had quite a few mental health experts call in and say, what we're watching is not him having a manic moment. And I think it's also irresponsible.
Yeah.
That she's doing that.
Somebody in my comments said they believe that Mia is trying to get Gordon to be in the psych ward and be put under a conservatorship. And she's going to try to drain whatever money that he has. I could see that. She's diabolical.
Why does she act as if the money that she's using to take care of Gordon isn't the money that he gave her?
Come on.
We're in a position to make.
She's saying that now the show, she's making good money on the show. So she's using the show money to take care of her lifestyle and his lifestyle. But there's a part of me that feels like maybe Gordon has gotten back in contact with his family.
That's what I was wondering.
He has some money again. And
they're also selling those businesses. So there's money coming from that.
Yes.
Yeah. She's not an owner. She was an employee.
Yeah.
And I wish that if she was going to be a liar, she would be smart. I was yelling at my screen, "You are stupid," when she told Jacqueline, and she doesn't even own this property, so she can't say anything about trespassing. Cool. So I'm going to show up to your apartment door, stand in front of your door, and when you go to call the police, because you don't own this apartment, because you don't own nothing. So I'm going to stand in front of your door and say the same thing, you idiot. And when she got in that pool, it just, oh my God, I just was so like disgusted.
Oh gosh.
Not because I don't want to look at a booty. Sure, show all the good ones. But that to me, it was just like, she's so attention starved.
Yes.
Yeah.
And get a deeper blonde, because I don't like that one on you.
You don't like this one, man?
No, not that one.
I want to move on because there's just so much to talk about, but I do appreciate both Brooke and Taria being here for the ultimate Real Housewives takeover here on the Kempire YouTube channel. More information on both ladies will be available in the description, along with everything Kempire as well. Shout out to our King's Guards in the live chat, and shout out to our subscribers and channel members, and those of you from Taria and Brooke's page as well. Let me say thank you. Thank you for the super chat. V says, Dorit needs a listener, and that's what Boz is for her. For now, anyways. Good point. Ali says, Meredith is giving soggy bath water. Did y'all see her makeup at that dinner table when they were talking about like, growing up and crying? I was like, that says a lot to me already. I'm like, what's happening here? SD Mac, thank you so much for the super chat. Bronwyn came onto the show to get divorced, which we've talked about. However, something has thwarted that plan. She doesn't have enough coins. She's a Virgo. She's putting the dollars and the cents together. She's like, just not yet. Heather and prenuptial, what?
Talk, probably.
Talk?
I'm thinking talk.
Prenuptial talk. Now she's backpedaling, on the after show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Allie, thank you for another super chat. She says, if she's not impaired, her wig sure is. Karen.
I'm dead.
Karen's wearing that wig right now in the Bahamas. Not Bahamas. Where are they? Mexico?
Mexico, yeah.
Panama.
Where was I? It's too many shows on at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, so where are we? We're in Panama. We're not in one of the Europe cities. Sorry.
Panama, Florida. Kiana.
Miss Beverly says, drunk mind speaks a sober tongue. This shows who Karen is at her core. Reminds me of Luann's video.
Yes.
Yep. Delon, thank you for another super chat. He says the Tom Jefferson's concubine was a gone child. She should be ashamed of herself. She needs jail and rehab. Shame on her cousin and daughter enabling her BS. They probably didn't see the body cam footage. Jessica, thank you for the super chat. She says, I've had a DWI.
Yep.
And it took one time for me to learn my lesson, and she needs to have a come to Jesus moment. Thank you, Jessica. Sean says, if she doesn't completely cry and be fully accountable and talk about rehab at the reunion, the judge will give her more than 6 months. Do you think that Karen will return? I mean, it also depends on the judgment. If she gets the 6 months that I just mentioned, then she will be out for filming.
They'll pause the show for her, I think.
I think so too.
Okay. Do you think they should?
That's a major storyline. Okay. That's a major storyline for everybody.
Okay. Sherez, thank you for the super chat. Sherez says, it's her second DUI in this county. She needs jail time and rehab for not taking this matter serious. She was driving in a residential neighborhood.
Yes.
She could have hit someone.
Yeah.
Delon, thank you for another super chat. I would have read Mia and her straw broom wig down.
Come on, Delon.
Miss Parker, thank you for the super chat. Thank you all for the super chats. I'm gonna skip over that so I can get through these. Taria, please talk about the tea you clocked when Mia was baking cookies for the kids' teacher, but they are homeschooled per messy Mia.
What?
She said, she was like, do you want to bake the cookies and take these to your teachers tomorrow to the living room? Because they're homeschooled.
They are?
Yes.
Homeschooling them.
Wait, how do you know?
Mia.
She put on social media this long thing after like the second or third episode and was basically like, people are coming, and I'm paraphrasing, but people are coming at her saying that her kids' friends could see this storyline. And she's like, my kids are homeschooled.
Well, she probably was lying about that because who's homeschooling them?
So You know what? The lie came out either they are in school and the cookies were for that, but you're lying on social media, or you're telling the truth on social media and you're lying on the camera. Either way, I said, where are you taking the cookies? To the living room? Because you said they're homeschooled.
Now I want a cookie.
I want some sugar cookies. I thought about that when you mentioned Melissa Sprinkle.
Melissa, where's my cookies? I could be chomping on those right now. Rahina, thank you for the super chat. Rahina says, as a mother, I don't see my enemies. I don't see my enemies. They are invisible. A close friend insulting my kid would be the end of the friendship ASAP. Also, Taria, what a read. The library is open.
Thank you, Rahina. You are gorgeous.
Yeah.
All of you have a lot of gorgeous.
I know. Oh, yes. All this beauty. I love it.
Look, and on screen with me as well. Excuse me.
Listen, I put Rahina up there with Melissa Gorga. I said, come on, Rahina.
She's looking at you in that way, Rain.
No, wait.
You would say that about Melissa Gorga in that album.
We have a beautiful chat.
Super chat. Rita says, best trio ever. Thank you. Please make this a regular thing. Enjoying this so much. It is a regular thing. They were just here a couple of months ago. Rahina, thank you for another super chat. I hit a boy in the living room closet. Y'all are bad. I never did any of this.
Y'all, doesn't Kempire need to do a poll on the next live to see who hit boys and what age? Brooke, I don't know if you saw, but Kempire did a virginity poll a couple of days ago. I was screaming.
You nosy. You good and nosy.
We were talking about it on Married to Medicine. So then I was like, wait a minute. So what's our audience looking like in the numbers? When did you lose your virginity? Here's your age bracket. Vote. Another Taria, but
I was going to say, hey, Taria.
Yes, Taria. Mia would have gotten hands and feet on her.
Same.
Rita, thank you so much for another super chat. Rita says, by the way, and sorry for being off topic, but Kempire dating show was amazing. The community was just so beautiful, real, and so diverse. I am married, yet I took away so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rita. Yeah, we had a good time. If you guys missed it, it was 3 hours of us just talking about dating life. People called in. It was really, really, really good. Tamia, thank you so much for the super chat. Tamia says, RHP is a bit too dusty and broke adjacent. Not dusty and broke adjacent. Damn. Big Miss Muffin, thank you for the super chat. I love this trio. Thanks so much for making my day. No one loves Mia be lying. I'm just saying. Ink does. Deborah, thank you for the super chat. Deborah says, okay, I need this trio at least one Sunday a month. Can you commit to that, Kempire? No. Okay. Look, I'm about to have a life. It's 2025. You saw what Brooke said. I need to be out there in these streets.
Yes. I need to be out there zipping it.
I'm already like exactly. I already told you. When on Sundays I'm gonna be hemmed up in bed with my boo. So,
that's right.
I ain't gonna be thinking, on Saturday night, I gotta get up early. I gotta do it. I love them. And both will be at my DC show and my New York City show. But I'm planning for 2025. Okay.
Exactly. Okay.
And look, I gotta get out of here soon so Brooke can go on her brunch date. Like, I'm making that up.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I'm sending Brooke a text. I'm gonna send y'all. Where you going, Brooke? Mm-hmm.
Thank you for Trouble for the super chat. And again, guys, you can also support the channel just by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also following our lovely guests as well. More information is available in the description. Rahina, thank you so much for another super chat. Rahina says, thank you so much. You guys are gorgeous trio. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a shimmy for you, Rahina.
Yes. You might get knocked off the channel, but you shimmy. Okay. True. Thank you so much for the super chat. Remember when Giselle struggled to read her book?
Yes.
Oh my God.
How about that?
Wait.
And then Monique was like, can you read?
Oh my God, that was good.
Everything. Ray says, because you three say everything we want to say, and I feel like when watching these shows is a good key. Thank you so much.
Hey, Ray.
Oh my gosh.
Woo, I
just got my life. I'm about to go back and watch that episode. Oh, when she was struggling to read. Oh my gosh.
I want to move on because I've kept you guys here almost 2 hours, and I apologize in advance. But we've just had so much to talk about. You can't do the ultimate takeover and not talk about some of these things. Yeah. But since we're talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, we got to talk about some of the newbies. First, I want to talk about We'll start with Jazzy because there's not a lot to say. There's not a lot to say, but I know there's a lot to say about this one. There's not a lot to say about Jazzy. I had hope for Jazzy in the beginning. I kind of liked her, but where are you at right now, Brooke, with Jazzy?
I'm just like, Jazzy girl, you got on this TV with this crazy ghetto ASS raggedy relationship with this cheater. And you're mad at us for speaking about it. That timeline made absolutely no sense. And if I'm doing the math correctly, because I like to think that I have sound mind and reasoning, I did the math, added the 1, and realized that you were the side, baby.
Yeah.
You were the side. And you were playing your position. Oh. And now you're the main girl. And now you're mad at us for talking about it and talking about the desperation and the thirst. And several content creators have made videos discussing and breaking down the whole timeline.
Oh, damn.
You've been getting mad at them, talking crazy to them in their comments, talking about folks are hating on her and they could never. No, Miss Mamas. You came on national TV with this raggedy mess. And now you're embarrassed and now you want to blame us. No.
Yep.
That's not how this works. So, Jazzy, respectfully, thank you for your services in the words of Shawnee O'Neal. And that's all I have.
Taria, what are your thoughts on
I think Brooke just took it because that is exact. She had so much promise. She was getting in the mix. She was talking. And then she came on with a man that looks like he can't read Giselle's book. And and just like, I don't know. I'll appreciate this. I appreciated the fact that the Love Lagoon, that she told the truth about
finally
how I appreciated that. And if we could have got more of that going forward, I want to know why she just fades away. Like, we get her at the Love Lagoon, but then she's not on the trip. And also when I heard her on, the former executive producer of the Real Housewives of Atlanta's podcast, when I heard him on that.
Damn, you're good.
But when you get her backstory, I was like, it don't seem like it's about the money with him because it seemed like your family got money from the businesses they own. So what are we doing here? Was that just for the show? Or is it just for, because people have money, but they want to be in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. And this is a 2-time Super Bowl winner. So I was like, oh, Jazzy, you going out sad. You were beautiful. You had a background, seemed like a rich history. I would have loved to get more into her story. I love the way she seemed like she was on Ashley's neck in the beginning. And then she just faded to black. Oh, that was a jump scare. And she's beautiful, but I was not prepared.
Sorry, you said Ashley, so I was prepared to bring her up.
But
so I'm disappointed.
Taria, I want to just piggyback off of one thing. The reason why Jazzy's still with that man, she let it at the Love Lagoon. Let me know why she's with that man,
girl, because he is
putting her through the mattress. Girl, he is putting her through the mattress.
Yes, he is. Yes, and sometimes it'll make you do some strange things. If you ain't careful, reasoning goes out the window. You come back.
Oh.
Yeah, he's making her soul leave her body. You're right, Brooke. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. Like Burna Boy is doing to Chloe Bailey right now.
Yep. Listen.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah, okay. That's the word. Oof.
Okay, all right. So I want to move on because there's not a lot to say about Jazzy. Let's talk about Thirst Bucket Jacqueline. She's been a hot topic, especially between her and Karen Huger this season. Taria, how are you feeling about Jacqueline this season?
I'm going to defend how you kind of defended Garcelle and a little bit first. I'm going to defend Karen on this one little thing.
Okay.
In this latest episode, Jacqueline talked about how they have built a relationship, right? Karen, you and I built a relationship. I think Karen was so pissed off because, of course, she knew she was going to have to talk about the drunk driving. Mm-hmm. Jacqueline's best friend is supposed to be Mia. You and I became friends so much so off the scenes that I helped you get back on the show when you wanted to be, only for you to get on here and then piggyback up off of. I think she was drunk when she called me. I think Karen thought she had a real friend in Jacqueline, or at least somebody to keep her shenanigans quiet. So I can see why it pissed her off when Jacqueline did that. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying I was enjoying Karen whack her, but then when I realized Jacqueline had no fight back, it's like, oh, this is not even a fair fight.
It's not fun to watch.
It's not fun. And listen, I just want to let Jacqueline know, style is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. I get that. And I'm not coming for anybody. But I'm tired of watching Rave, Merry-Go-Round, The Deb Shop, and Joyce Leslie walk across my screen. 1995 club years called. Take them all their stuff back. I'm tired of seeing it. And I'm talking about from the makeup to the hair. Something, it's just not clicking, and it's never going to click. I don't want to see you anymore, Jacqueline. I really don't. You ain't got no stand up. You ain't got no bark. You ain't got no bite. And I don't want to see you anymore. May God watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. God bless you and that beautiful baby that you're about to have, because I definitely don't want to see that on my screen. She is.
Word on the street, me as the father.
Yes.
That's the word on the street. Brooke.
I want to see her. No.
Brooke, how are you feeling about Jacqueline this season? Because I've heard some of the things that you said about Jacqueline.
Taria took the words out of my mouth. I just think that Jacqueline is so desperate. And one thing about me, I can't stand desperation. And just the thirst just oozes out of her pores. She never looks settled. She always looks kind of frazzled and frantic. The energy is just all over the place. It's very wild. Just, I can't get with it. I'm uncomfortable watching it, you know. So no, thank you, Jacqueline. Again, another Shawnee O'Neal. Thank you for your services. But the desperation, going out sad for the day rate, a free gas card, and craft services, you're doing a lot. At least get a nice check.
Some craft services be hitting though, but that's me talking like a tourist that's currently hungry. So
I'm hungry
the moment you said craft service, I said, well, maybe. No, not for reality television. Not for reality television. All right. Speaking of newbies, all right. I was going to go to the real newbie of this season, but I'm just going to go to the one that doesn't seem to be bringing it. I know. Kiana. K.
She's so beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
Something's not clicking.
Yeah.
It's just not clicking for me. And I'm just going to go ahead and be transparent and be honest. People talk about how they don't like Greg, and I get it from what we've seen, but we as a society are visual people. And I think people feel like, as beautiful as she is, how can she be with a man that's not beautiful on the outside?
Oh, is that what you think it is?
I really think that's what it is. It's
too regular for that?
Yes. And I feel like they think Kiana is a step up here. Yeah. And he's down here. And if he was an executive in private jets, maybe a suit would make him rise a little bit more, but he's regular degular, and people don't like seeing a beautiful woman like that, Kiana, regular degular. I will say, every time I hear Kiana talk, I'm from the DMV, I'm from, born and raised in Jersey. I live in the DMV now. No, never. But I could hear the Baltimore when Kiana talks, and it's very comforting. But I just feel like there's something that's not clicking. I feel like she would have been an excellent friend of in that role again. But Danny, but
right.
She's not doing it for me. She's not.
Somebody said in the comments, the way she said Europe cities, she might belong right with him. I am
wait.
Yes.
I am in Teresa. You better say that again, because
Teresa was in my head.
She
was in my head.
Kiana, I think great gowns, beautiful gowns, stunning. My issue with Greg is that I don't like the way he treats her. I don't like how he's always telling her that she's too much. He doesn't seem supportive of her. Taria, a lot of people definitely do agree about the looks thing as well. With that, I'm gonna just leave it there.
I'm hearing it.
But the person, I don't like his personality. I don't like the personality. Is not clear. She's so fun and bubbly, and she said our values are different.
That got me.
That's alarming. Your values should be aligned. For all my married people, Taria, you're married. For all my married people in the chat, your values should be aligned, correct?
Yes, and your belief system, that should be your foundation. Now, if you think I should cook twice a week and I think I should cook once, that's real stuff. That's a conversation we'll have. But our values and our belief system, and you heard that they were engaged. Didn't she say they were engaged on Watch What Happens Live or something like that? I saw somewhere.
She said, Andy asked, and then Greg was in the crowd, and Greg said, we're working on that.
How do you work on an engagement?
And then Kiana said, yeah, I know, sprinkle, sprinkle. Like we're working to get the ring. I don't like that. You should not have to chase a man. You don't chase a man for anything.
But you're building a house with someone who since buying a house, have realized that was more of a process than getting married.
Yeah. And more of a commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I don't understand that. And I just feel like, that European cities comment and kind of gave me a little bit of an insight, like somebody who made it out.
Her Instagram, and I was like, wait, maybe she travels a lot to these different Europe cities. And I was like, at least in the last 2 years, what she's posted on socials, I know that you only post, your perfection, but I thought you would have posted your Europe cities. All the places she posted were in the Caribbean. And nothing wrong with that, but don't get on here and act holier than thou and in uppity if that's not the life you're living.
Right. And I do kind of wonder sometimes, I know somebody that used to work for her, but yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? Excuse me. Brooke came on here and dropped some tea. I think it's time for you.
I'll just say, they said the Kiana that said, I like Europe cities is the attitude that she carries with her.
No.
Better than,
that was a tell.
Yes.
I think that was a tell.
They said that is very much, they actually quit. Now, of course, there's two sides, right? Because everybody, the employee has their perspective and the boss has their perspective. So I take everything. But yeah, they were very much like, that is who she is. And the whole, is very fake.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, well,
I'm going to defend Greg for a second, just for a second. It's important for us to also note that she has said that Greg does not want her on the show.
That's
because of what we saw last season with her being harmed during that brawl with, what's her face? We don't need to mention her name. So maybe his perspective on how he's conducting himself on the show, that might be part of it. He doesn't want to fall into that narrative. Also, he runs a not-for-profit. So he's dealing with, funding and things like that could be jeopardized from being on this show.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that out there, but I'm still on Europe cities. So
I agree with that, because I even said that I get you have a right to say, wow, I don't want my partner on this show. However, once you agree,
yes,
we don't need to have the conversation once, if you will, for showing real life. Yeah. But the little digs, the little throwing out like, oh, is it the show? It's like, she's already on here. Yeah. She agreed. And Kiana wants to move forward with the show. So then where does that take you in your relationship?
Yeah. April says that she's suffocating her true self and really sort of like, highlighting him and his business. And
yes.
The whole med spa.
Yeah. Not far from me at all. It's actually gorgeous. Like, it's like 20 minutes from me. Yeah.
Well, okay, fine. Let's talk about the Palo Santo, the sage of the season. My girl, Stacy.
I said, who else is new? How could I forget about the beautiful Stacy?
How did you forget about my girl, Stacy? Stacy Rush is bringing it this season, and so is her man, TJ. TJ is here. Okay.
Brooke? I like Stacy.
How are you feeling about Stacy this season?
Stacy is trolling us with this fake storyline. Love Stacy down. But Stacy, girl, your slip showed when you said that you guys are now just friends and you're not able to be in a romantic relationship, when you've been touting that you like TJ like that. I said this in my last recap. TJ, you should feel ashamed of yourself to claim to be this devout Christian, but you're up here lying about your age. To say that you're 41, I said 41 in dog years, because the clips are showing of when he was on Sister Sister. He was on a Sister Sister episode in 1999. In 1999, I was 9. So you're saying that you were only 16? You were already a grown man. You were already a grown man. He was fine too back then. Anyway. 30 years old. Go find the Sister clip of TJ in it. It's the last season of the show when the girls are in college. He was already 25, 30. And now for him to claim that he's 41, stop playing. He's not 41.
Okay, so when Layla Lynn and Grace Report were here earlier this week, Layla pointed out on his IMDb that which she's never seen, and it's not on my IMDb either.
Okay.
Sexuality. So
it said sexuality on there?
Yes, it's his sexuality. Like he's a heterosexual man.
Why?
But you don't normally see that on an IMDb.
No, never. I've never seen that on an IMDb.
Mine on it. I'm a heterosexual man. I can play heterosexual. Why y'all so quiet?
No, I'm just laughing at this entire thing.
It took a minute to catch up. Because I was still stuck on that being on IMDb. Do you think he's putting that on well, then that would mean he was. I was going to say, do you think he's putting that on and to let people know he could play that? But if you are that, why would you need to put that on there?
Exactly. You have to say, it's not like saying you're breathing. We know that you're breathing. I don't have to say I'm breathing right now. It's evident that I'm breathing, else I'd be 6 feet under, dead.
So do you believe that this is a real relationship?
No.
No, I believe she's trolling too. I believe Stacy is a little bit more calculated than she appears to be. Yeah. Stacy has been the topic. Stacy and TJ have been the topic of almost every single episode amongst the ladies, not just amongst the viewers, amongst the ladies. For her to bring up, when she brought up on that bus, Ashley, you said something about a vibe or something off of TJ. What was that? Boom. Now the conversation is on Stacy again. She thinks she's slick. Stacy, just like people have been saying, it reminds them of Kenya and Walter. He's probably my mom's age. But I believe that Stacy is trolling us with this relationship. And I'll give her ones because I'm enjoying her do it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't believe her, but I enjoy, there's something about her that's refreshing and light and gorgeous and beautiful. She helping TJ. Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I love Stacy this season. I don't love this relationship, especially when we've seen him be weird and aggressive with her, like at Dr. Stuffel's birthday parties, like, don't touch me. I'm warning you. Like all those are like, I'm concerned, even if this is just a friendship, because I don't talk that way to you ladies.
No, you don't. No.
So I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned, at least in that regard, but I'm a little bit more concerned if she decided that this was what she needed to do. It kind of takes away from what I've loved about her that felt very genuine in a way. And I'm just like, did you feel like you needed to do this? And was this a producer telling you that you needed to do this?
Do you think they signed her on knowing she was married to this powerful man going through a divorce? Notice how he's blurred out in every photo. So now we can't talk about the divorce.
That was the word on the street, that originally she was coming on the show as a married woman, and then the divorce happened.
Mm-hmm. And she can't talk about it. I'm thinking, so it's like, what's your story? Oh, let me bring on. And because I don't really want to kind of mess with my divorce, because we don't know what the terms and things are, I have to try to walk the line of maybe the ladies believing this is my man, but this is just my best friend. But I'm going to talk about him like my man, but he's just my best friend, because we can't talk about your divorce. So that's not a story, but we're going to bring him on. But oh, wait, I'm going through this divorce. There's certain things like Michael and Ashley. There's certain things that I might not be able to say or talk about. So she's kind of walking this fine line, letting the ladies talk about it. I liked her aunt. I thought they were cute. That little scene was cute. We could have moved it along a little faster.
I completely forgot about it when I started doing my recap, and I got to the end of the recap. I was like, "Oh, damn! I completely forgot about that scene. It was a cute scene. I did but I even though we have all of this, and even though we have that, I still want Stacy to come back next season, but she can leave TJ in LA.
Oh yeah, with his broke self.
So let me ask you guys this then. If she comes back, right, and we can't talk about the divorce, there's no TJ. I'm okay as long as the show is giving me enough to have maybe your housewife where she doesn't have as much going on as the others. Would y'all be okay with Stacy coming back if she wasn't the talk of every episode, but just seeing her and seeing her develop?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I think she does remind me, because before we were even introduced to her, some of the other women described her as like a Katie Rose, and they described her as like a Mary Cosby. She does have a light, funny energy that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she could be, you know how people want to say that Mia is the future of Potomac? No, I see Stacy Rush because she has that element of like, yes, I'm a housewife. Yes, I've lived that life. I could live that life. She's the only one with an apartment in DC proper. Okay. And a house.
Has a crash pad. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, because she ain't doing nothing with TJ at that crash pad.
With
so
Bonnet
there's something about her that I like. Between the funny, between the quirkiness.
Yeah.
I mean, she might have lied to us, but that could have been producer driven. Telling like, we need you to have a relationship. And she fell for it. And now we're like, so you decided TJ was the one?
Yes.
Fine. Look, fine. But I'm
excited. Had to pick him because he wouldn't really want more or require more.
And this will give him a platform to potential jobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God. All right, ladies, I appreciate you guys taking time out of your Sunday to talk about these mess of housewives and reality television. How are you feeling, though, about Potomac in general, based on what we've seen over the last few seasons that has felt like, okay, we need to change something here? Are you missing regular Robin, Brooke?
No, I'm not.
Serious face?
Wait, you know what? Wait. I'll say this. I actually wouldn't have minded putting up with Robin another season if that meant that Mia and Ashley were off.
Ooh.
I'll take Robin any day over Mia and Ashley.
Notice we didn't even talk about Ashley or anything.
Sure didn't.
Nothing to talk about.
No. We didn't even talk about Dr. Wendy, though. Well, we did a little bit in regards to her stuff with Giselle. How are you feeling about Dr. Wendy and her storyline this season?
What is it again?
That's what I was going to ask you that. I mean,
okay.
No. Y'all know me.
Hold on.
And I love Dr. Wendy. Me too. I'm team Dr. Wendy.
Hold on. Hold on.
We're team Dr. Wendy. But
I love Dr. Wendy down. That is my girl. But storyline.
Well, her storyline.
Besides the birthday, there is no storyline.
Yes, her Eddie's family. They're all coming together.
Oh. But that was like that was like 30 seconds. And like, we're not really getting any meat with that. I'm still confused as to why they don't like each other in the first. I'm still confused about all that.
Yeah, I think it's that Miss Susan too.
I think so.
It was her mom.
I think it's her mom too.
I think it was her mom.
I do, but I don't mind. Again, I don't mind Wendy being there. And I like how she said, whether you agree with her or not, I gave these room assignments because I chose chaos versus Elisa Barlow, who's like, I didn't realize that I was doing it. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. And I think Wendy's trying to enjoy her I'm not the target era.
Yes.
I miss Candace because I would love to hear her commentary on all these things. That's my boo.
Do you think that Candace will come back now that she's given birth?
Yeah, later, like maybe season like 11 or 12 when her kid is like 2 or 3.
But is she needed if Karen does come back?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to hold the season for Karen, to be honest with you.
I don't know the world in which we get not necessarily a Candace and Giselle close-ish like they were before. We've seen Giselle do it with Wendy. Mm-hmm. Is she going to be able to do that with Candace? Is Candace going, now that she's I've had this baby that I've wanted, are you going to come on and kind of bow a little bit like she did at the reunion her last season because Giselle made it very clear, I was told she was going to be talked to.
Mm-hmm. Not tears.
Yeah, not tears. And then we saw Candace visibly put her hand down, take a swallow, and then apologize because she knew she had to. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a world where those two could. I mean, it would be a lot to swallow down if I was Candace, because I would feel like there was no resolve.
Yeah, same.
Because Candace didn't. I mean, Giselle didn't necessarily really apologize to Candace, if you will. So in what world do we? I don't know. A part of me wants her to come back because I miss her, but a part of me is like, oh, do you want to be subject to the scrutiny from them on the show? And then the viewers.
I know.
The viewers were just like with Dr. Wendy. And it's almost like they want a reason to dislike Dr. Wendy. I feel like sometimes, like y'all want a reason. Karen saying Wendy wasn't a Potomac, neither is snot running down your nose and you not being able to move because you're handcuffed in a car, wig sliding back into Surrey.
It didn't slide off though. It didn't slide off though.
Clock it.
So I'm enjoying, even though Wendy may not have the deepest, I am enjoying.
Yeah.
Brooke made a very good point in her recap. You said, I'm going to give it to her. She's enjoying being able to enjoy her job. And so I'm going to give her that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's definitely good. Do y'all think Giselle's a changed person?
Hell no. Oh wait, sorry. Let me ease into that. Well, before we move on to Giselle, I do want to say that I personally want to see Candace in this new space because it is very different.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see that because we've talked about it so much on the show and seen that journey, and now we're missing out. As a producer, that's what I envision for the next season. I don't see that happening with Giselle, but I think Giselle will fall in line because she wants this check.
That's true. And do you remember what Ashley said? So when someone asked her about, she was on a show and they asked her about Candace's announcement about being pregnant. And she was like, maybe that's something that could have bonded us. It would be interesting now, from now that you are a mother, a perspective, what that relationship would look like with them.
Well, Candace has always said that she actually does like Ashley, and that off camera, Ashley really is a delight. And it's only when those cameras turn on that she's horrible. But, I could see them maybe linking up if she does go back on the show. Now that I'm really thinking about it, as much as y'all know I love Candace down.
Me too.
But there's actually now a part of me that kind of feels like I don't really know if I want her to come back, if it's going to be more of a mental toll on her.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like if it's going to be more of the same, if it's not going to be a fresh start, then there's no point in coming back. Like, who wants that? A lot of these housewives are on Lexapro, they're on Valium. A lot of them were on medication because of the stress of the show and people coming after their families. So like, who wants to deal with that? Yes, the check is great. The exposure, the notoriety, the fame is cool and all, but that's a lot. That's a big price to pay with your mental sanity. So if it's not going to be like a peaceful journey of her coming back on, then I feel like Candace should just stay off the show and just enjoy her child, enjoy her marriage, and enjoy her life.
Yeah. Which goes back to what I was saying about production and the network not protecting their talent.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about protecting the talent from the audience. I mean, yes, but from each other. This is still a work environment. And the fact that, based on the way that everyone is describing it, is that Candace left a toxic work environment and she won't be protected if she was to return.
Mm-hmm. But you made a good point. You said protecting them at work, not necessarily from the audience, but also from the audience, because we know how producers put together a package so it could seem a certain way when it's not. Now, what I would be up for is, we saw Karen and Giselle in this last episode talking about an OG talking to.
Yes.
If you had them two, and then you had the Rising Supremes, even though I don't see it for Ashley, of Ashley and Candace teaming up, they Rising Supreme, they would be no match. You know what I'm saying? Then have the other ladies kind of like a Stacy, what's going on? I'm in the mid. You know what I mean? Like I would kind of be up for that. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. First of all, thank you both for being here. I appreciate taking time out of your Sunday, a large part of your Sunday, almost 3 hours of your Sunday. See why I said y'all want us to do this regularly? Like, really? Can't do this to people on a Sunday, Lord. But we appreciate you appreciating us coming together. We will continue to come together. We'll be coming together, me and Taria, in Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th. And then me and Brooke here in New York City on February 21st. All information on that and our guests, Taria and Brooke, will be available in the description. Last minute things, guys. Let me know what you're up to and where people can follow you and what they can look forward to on your channels. We'll start with Brooke.
So you all can find me right here on YouTube at The Brooke Ashley. I have my podcast. I'm on Apple and Spotify. Same name, The Brooke Ashley. I'm on Twitter, running my mouth.
You back on Twitter now?
I'm back on Twitter.
And she had me checked out. Now I got to go back with my tail between my legs. I'm like, I'm back.
After the most dramatic exit, right? I know it wouldn't be me without the dramatics, but I'm on Blue Sky too at The Brooke Ashley. I'm Instagram, The Brooke Ashley _. So you can find me on all my socials And I'm just talking about the Housewives and pop culture and other fun things. And you can find me there. And right now, I'm currently working on resting and having my time, and zipping it and zooing it, okay?
Oh.
Come on, Zip, and come on, Zoo.
Oh, okay. All right, Taria, what's coming up for you?
First of all, I want to thank you for having us. I feel like me and Brooke look like angels, and Kempire is our Charlie. So thank you so much. I had a wonderful time. Thank you to everybody in the audience. Love y'all so much. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky, and Threads, because I'm popping a little bit over there on Threads, at WeGo, WEIGO podcast, which stands for What Else Is Going On podcast. For those of y'all that know, I have a podcast. You can go back, listen to the catalogs from before. And I've also added the YouTube element to it. So I do the recaps on YouTube, but also talk about all the things going on. So yeah, you guys can find me there. I had a lofty goal of trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I'm at like 1,901 maybe, I don't know, or 1,910. I'm still not sure how that all works. Mm-hmm. So
we're at what we have, like 1,600, almost 1,700 people watching. I'm sure if at least 100 of us, if you're not subscribed to Taria's YouTube channel, we could do that before the live ends.
Yes.
I love y'all so much. And I promise you'll have a good time over there. We like to have a good time. It feels like community. And yeah, I love doing this with y'all.
Me too. Let me say thank you because we had quite a few super chats as well. Truth is trouble. Thank you for the super chat. Remember when Giselle? Oh, we read that already. Yeah, but it's still funny. Rita, thank you for another super chat. Rita says, "Whack her again and again, Brooke."
Hey, Rita, I will.
I met Rita in London. A lovely, lovely woman. Izzy, thank you for the super chat. Love y'all. One RHOP comment. Wendy getting the citation from the governor of Maryland. Anyone can request that online. Died when she said this is a big deal. Oh,
I'm about to request one.
You should. Can I? Oh, let me request one for my.
Yes, for you. Okay.
Yeah. On it. Thank you. Tamia, thank you so much for another super chat. you see all around dusty behavior, the gals and the guys. Damn. Mama Ali, thank you for the reminder, guys. Don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. There's too many watching to not like it. I don't know. People do it all the time. I don't get it.
Mama Ali.
I don't get it, but fine. Brittany, thank you for being a member for 2 months. I see Kay shrink sometimes when she talks to him.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Dr. Frida, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. I'm loving this conversation. I'm side-eyeing TJ, but Brooke Ashley is wrong for 41 in dog years.
Hey, Dr. Frida.
I mean.
Oh, come on, D-Mac. Yes.
Says it's giving Greg is her first non-hood dude.
Yes, I agree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That makes a lot of sense. Elsie Charm, thank you for the super chat. Only Carlos said that Mia is the future of RHOP. All Carlos' taste is in his mouth only. Damn. Wow. Mind blown by that. All right. Again, all information on the Brooke Ashley and Taria will be available in the description. Can we do a check on Taria's on YouTube? Has she hit 2,000 yet?
Oh my gosh.
Taria, maybe you can
I don't even have my phone down here. I left it upstairs. I can't even check.
Let me check for you.
Thank you.
I love
because we're in October. I'm holding Brooke Ashley hostage from her date. No, look.
Wait, you're at 1.93.
What?
Yes.
And I was at 1.91 when we started. Oh my gosh.
Y'all.
I love y'all. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. We can do it. Look,
I appreciate it.
We can do it. TJ's blouses for the win.
Wait, not blouses.
Y'all gonna leave this blouse alone because when y'all see me in it, y'all gonna be mad as hell. Okay.
Let's each get one for the DC show.
all of us will be rocking that. All right. Oh yes, it's what else is going on podcast. Mods, if we can post the link in the chat, but it is also available in the description.
Yep.
So if you're watching on Twitter, just go what else is going on podcast, or head on over to our YouTube and subscribe to her podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, Allie.
Kenrick, thank you so much for the chat. Is it or Karen's cousin give church? Sorry, I didn't even proofread that before or
I feel like Robin when
Sunday,
she gets out there, she laughs like that.
Hey,
it's Sunday.
let me tell you something. These lives are dangerous because the live chats are always in rare form.
They are, yes. It's the, yes.
Okay,
Our
thank you so
community.
much, Foxy. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Foxy.
Guys, I'm sure that Taria will hit 2,000.
Don't send me back. Don't send me back.
2,000. Oh, look. To me, it says we're at 1.9.
Yes. Come on, girl.
Come on.
Thank you, Wendy.
Look, I'm hungry.
Listen,
drive.
I'll Kempire. He will shimmy for a super chat. I'll shimmy for a subscription.
Come on.
I'm already giving y'all high body count shoulder.
Right? Yes, honey. Wait, come on, girl. Come on.
High body count shoulder. High body count Bob.
Yes.
What is going on? All right, we have okay. Teresa subscribed. Subscribe.
Oh, love y'all. Oh my God, I love y'all. Are making me like literally blush. Like y'all don't even know. I'm like,
hi, body count.
Yes. D, come on. You see it, D.
Now.
Say again.
We're at 196, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Look, Brooke needs to go on a brunch day. I need to go. Look, Brooke doesn't even. I'm throwing Brooke under the bus. Brooke,
listen,
you always telling my business. Private.
I want to know who she's going with. Look, I want to know who she's going with because low key, I was trying to get her and somebody from Martha's Vineyard to go on a date.
Oh, which one?
No, you guys.
At my last New York show, I hooked someone up.
Off camera. We'll talk about this
off camera.
Off camera.
Okay.
Yo, I'm very like.
Look.
Yes, I move in silence. That's right.
That's right. Brooke tells us to move in silence. Yes, Rahina. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all just have made. Y'all don't even know. Seriously, y'all have made my day.
Anderson, we've posted the link in the chat.
And if you can't, WEIGO podcast.
You're at 197.
We're gonna do the thank you, powerful. They're keeping an eye. Come on, y'all.
I am
199.
like, you would think I was like so unexcited. Oh, I'm gonna celebrate. Oh my God, I got my bottle of Stella Rosa. Don't come on to me.
I want to say this based off this new administration. I can't do that because God only knows what is. They might strip that from the gays. They already took affirmative action. Look, took abortion right. I'm just saying.
But now you see. Now he's saying he may not ban TikTok. I said, go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yep, that's it, J-Ro.
Yes.
You're at 198. 198.
Okay, we're there.
Now, does that sound okay? This is going to sound crazy. That's 1,980, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I always get confused when you see.
Wait, you had me thinking, like, wait, yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I appreciate y'all. I cannot keep saying enough. I do not take every subscription, every viewer for granted. Seriously, every like, every comment. I love y'all.
Just subbed. All right.
Do it for the brown. Support a black business. It's me. I am the black business.
And also support black content creators in the Bravo space. There aren't a lot. And Bravo's not highlighting them like that either. They're not inviting us or flying us out. So just saying, keep that in mind. And guys, don't forget to like this video as well. And if you're watching the replay of this, be sure to let us know your thoughts on everything from our opinions to your thoughts on the seasons that we covered as well. Let me say thank you. Riri, thank you for the super chat. Y'all forgot about RHOC. No, we talked about it during our last one. RHOC is currently not on, but we can talk about it briefly. You did see that Tamara's taking all credit for how wonderful this last season was. Brooke, we know your faves, Gina and Emily, look like they're coming back next season.
And you saw them all cuddled up on the picture, and then Vicky, Tamara was hugging Shannon. Yeah. Vicky went on her podcast and was pissed about it, and she said she called Shannon, and Shannon was like, Tamara was hugging me. So Vicky said Shannon basically was like, I got to go along to get along for her job.
Wait, sorry. Highlight that super chat.
Yeah, because I know my Adrian. When Adrian says, Brooke, I was trying to hook you up with my hubby's millionaire friends. You ain't trying to hook me up with no millionaire, but okay. You didn't hit me up, girl. He just got into 100 black men.
Come on, Adrian.
Adrian, you've given me your card twice.
Not twice.
No. The live shows, Adrian. I remember, Adrian, I've been thinking about you. Adrian, if you could do me a favor.
I'll send you Adrian's number.
Send me, yes. Oh, perfect. Because no, Adrian, don't hate me. Those live shows, there's so much going on. I put your card in the flap. I didn't put it in my wallet. So it just flew out. I've been
not in
okay.
I'm sorry.
So Adrian, I swear I have not been trying to avoid you. I swear. Okay, I will hit you up. Expect a text message after this live.
I will. Because I think I was there when she gave you the card.
I took my big Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and you've seen, and I have my second pair of shoes in there. So she gave me her card.
I love Adrian's card too. I just happen to have Adrian's number.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect. If this works, we're going to trace it right on back.
She is at
You're at it. Oh, you're at it.
Oh my God, guys. Thank you. And the fact that y'all stayed on when I know you're hungry and Brooke is out here trying to zip and zoo. I love y'all.
No. And of course, you're only going to see that number go up and up after the replay of this. So shout out to the replay crew that have gone over and supported these amazing creators. You'll see them at my DC show, my New York show, and I'm sure back here on the channel, and I'll be on their channels. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure your notifications are on, and make sure that you're still subscribed, because sometimes that's a thing too here on YouTube. And be sure to subscribe to all of our podcasts. And while you're there, give us a 5-star rating. Thank you both for being here. Now go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Now it's over. It's like 3:00 and it's gonna be
I gotta go work because subscribers want content. Now I gotta go work.
Whoa,
congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well
I love y'all.
Look, whoa, Taria. Bye, y'all. A new year and new shows. The Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th of 2025. I know it's going to be an interesting week, so why not unwind, relax, and have a good time with our community and me at Union Stage again on Friday, January 24th, 2025. Meet and greet tickets are still available. All the information will be available in the description. New York City, then you're up next. For Black History Month, we're bringing the Kempire After Dark live experience back to the Green Room 42. So if you want to talk hot topics and more with me, make sure you get your tickets today. But for those that can't make it to the show, or maybe you're international and you still want to view the show, get this exclusive opportunity to get the streaming option, the live streaming option at the Green Room 42 for the Kempire After Dark live experience happening on Friday, February 21st of 2025. More information on both shows will be available in the description.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.